Ooh. Okay, so here we go. It's a match that we didn't want to play. If we're being 100% honest with ourselves, it's a match that we didn't want to play. It's a match that we don't necessarily care about, as expressed even by Hugo Bruce. It's a match of, it's the third and fourth place playoff, which is great because you can rank, but everybody just so happens to be watching that other game. We're all waiting for that other game. This feels like a curtain raiser for the final game with Nigeria and Ivory Coast. So third place playoff is not necessarily a game that you want to see yourself in. It's actually a very heartbreaking game. It's a very heartbreaking game because these are two teams that, just a couple of days ago had dreams of being in a final. Just a couple of days ago, we were all dreaming about what would happen if Bafana Bafana wins. What would happen if they come back with the trophy to our Tambo? How should we support them like we did the Springboks? And we had so many things to say about this here team in a positive light. And after that Nigeria game, as proud as we are with them, there's just that little element of being sad that we couldn't take it. But at the end of the day, we stay proud of the boys. What they did in this tournament was not something that anybody could have predicted. I don't think anybody had Bafana Bafana going to the semifinals as a requirement, as something that was going to happen. So the moment they were able to pull it through and get to the semifinals, I think they've done incredibly well. Here's Hugo Bruce. They're showing him on screen. Hugo Bruce is not my favorite coach. Isn't liked by a lot of people in SA, especially the soccer lovers that we have. But you can't deny that here's a coach that has taken us from a team that was irrelevant for most of the time. Irrelevant to the point where we almost qualified for a World Cup, to a point where we qualified for an AFCON, which was his actual mandate. Think about that. His mandate was that he needs to qualify us for the AFCON. That's how low the bar was, right? And now he's taken us to the semifinals and possibly to a third place finish. We'll get a bronze. Last time we got a bronze was in the year 2000. Imagine, the year 2000 was the last time we finished third, or we placed. So it's incredible the job that he's done. And we have to give them credit and give them love. And as we kick off, these are the starting lineups. We have DR Congo, Betrod in goal, Kayembe, Batubinsika, Mbembe, Bayeye. Oh, here comes Congo. First shot. Bayeye, Mutusami, number 8, number 7, Tiangana, number 6, Chibola, number 10, Bongonda, number 23, Banza, and number 11, Silas. On the South African side, you have Williams in goal. You have Mudiba, number 6. You have 20, Mudau. Then we have Xulu and Sibisi. Sibisi, for those who are Pirates supporters, he is the Pirates captain. He usually takes their penalties. He is on the pitch. Then you also have Sitole Mokwena and Zwane, as we have had all tournament long. Morena makes his return to the starting lineup, and he plays with Mahopa and also Mayambela, who gets his first start of the tournament. Notable absentee is Utau, who everybody had been calling for to come out, and he has finally come out in this game. Guys, this is a watch along. If you do want to watch for free and you are in South Africa, sabcsport.com, there's a live section on that website where you're able to watch the game, stream the game. And then also SABC Sport, the Facebook page, you can also find it there. I see we've gone back to playing it out from the back. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how this game is going to play. For those who've watched DRC play, DRC is a very positive team. They're a very front foot team. They attack you. They play positively. They move the ball forward. They try to score goals. And that creates an openness to the game that you get when you're playing versus them. They're going to come at you, so there's going to be spaces that you can go to. So usually their games are usually draws because they concede, and also they have goals. So this third place playoff game is going to have goals if we can take advantage of that from DRC. Bafana Bafana, as you can see, is trying to play out from the back, which is interesting because we struggle with that. We struggle with the playing out from the back. And my theory is that it's because we have a team that is split in two. You have 6 and 4. You have 6 players who are playing at the back. You have 4 players who are playing in front. And the 4 players who are playing in the front don't get the ball from the midfield because our midfield is not constructed to really build a ball. It's not constructed to play tiki-taka and go through the pitch and then you have this incredible play. They usually get stuck in their phases. Defense will get stuck playing the ball, giving the ball to the midfielders. The midfielders in Sitole and Mokoena aren't necessarily guys who are very good at turning around with the ball and progressing the ball up the pitch. So they usually play back up until they get caught out and they have to play a long ball, usually in a set defense. Whereas all of your nice players, Abomnandi, Bale Pambil, it's the 4 up front. Well, okay, the 3, I'm going to exclude Mahupa from this, but the 3 up front, your Zwanes, your Mayambelas, your Morenas, who are very good on the ball, but don't necessarily get fed the ball enough to be effective. Zwane is not effective because he doesn't have the luxury of Allende, the luxury of Mudiba being a midfielder, progressing the ball up to him, Kutsie, for example. So that's going to be very interesting to see how this game plays out. But I do expect fireworks. I expect that this is going to be a high-scoring game. As you can see, when DR Congo goes forward, they all go forward. So there's spaces. There's spaces that if you can play properly, I think Morena can take advantage of. I think Mayambela might be able to take advantage of. Let's see. Let's see. Misunderstood said, but we can't celebrate qualifying. Can't take the fact that we did. This guy undermined our football. I hear you and I get you. But in his undermining of our football, he did something that couldn't be done. Remember, SAFA undermined itself by saying you need to qualify. Your only goal as Bafana Bafana coach in the next 3 years, 4 years is to qualify for the AFCON. So not only did he qualify, right, we went to the semifinals. So whether we think he undermined, whether we think he's not a good coach, whether we think his football is boring, we've done something that was last done in 2000, in the year 2000. And I'm not going to say that he's the best coach in the world. I question a lot of his tactics. I question his second halves. Usually what happened in Bafana Bafana, with Bafana Bafana, this AFCON, with Mali, it happened again with Nigeria to a degree, is they start great. They look great first half, guys. First half, you can't fight with Bafana Bafana. We usually look great in the first half. The issue comes when the other team has now read your little plays, and now they're going, okay, we are countering. So a lot of the teams at the world at this AFCON are able to take players off of the bench. They've got strong players, quality players who they can play off the bench. They've got people who maybe haven't, like for example, Cape Verde. We watched Bebe start all the games. Then the coach went, man, you know what we could do? Let's let Bafana Bafana play in the first half and let them have their fun. Second half, we were going to put in Gelson, who had been starting up to that point. We're going to put in Bebe and change the game because they realized that our second halves are not as strong enough as our first halves, and we're usually very slow in replying, right? So I'm not saying Hugo Bruce is perfect, but what I'm saying is, up to this point, which other coach has been able to take us here? Third place playoff. I know it's heartbreaking, it's sad, but it's the third place playoffs that nobody was going for. So you have to give credit where credit is due and say, all right, guys, they performed. They performed. Whether it was ugly, whether it was beautiful, whether it was something we wanted to see or something we agreed with, they did what needed to be done, right? And sadly, they fell on the last hurdle. Let's see. Let's read these comments. Tutugo says, Tau is out when it doesn't really matter. He should have been out the game against Nigeria, sorry. Oh, here comes DR Congo. Let's see. You overlook Kutsia for Deadwood Kulu. Tumisho says he has achieved more, but he has something to prove, to improve also. Exactly. Look at the bench. No one can come in and change the game. It's on right now. These nuts. I'm not going to read the rest, but it's on right now. Bafana Bafana on the attack. Makhupa turning. That was a bit too long. What I will say, okay, so let me say, here are the things that I think are not so strong about Bafana Bafana. They're now getting to what is strong. I think, like I said and explained, there's a gap. There's a big gap between our defense and our attack. So our attack is not getting the type of balls that our attack wants to get as much as possible. We don't have a comfortable six who can get the ball, turn and play the ball. Goal. Ronwen, thank you. Like I said, it's going to be an open game. DRC attacks. And that brings me to my second thing. That is a weakness with Bafana Bafana. A weakness with this Bafana Bafana team, as Umto is saying, the passing should be more purposeful because on the break they look decent. We don't have purpose to our attacks. We're pretty. We play well. We pass the ball. We look nice. We hold possession. We do the tiki-takas, the half tiki-takas, the this, the that. We combine. But we combine in non-dangerous areas. For all of the possession we had in this tournament, are we able to actually hurt teams when it matters most? And here we go. We might be doing it here. My umbrella in the box. Ooh, cut back. Nobody's there. We don't have that final nail. So we tend to get sucked into the ball, and because Simnandi Sonke, we play too much. We want to make the extra pass, and then the next player wants to make the extra pass, and the next one wants to make the extra pass. And by the time you look up and you're like, okay, we need to do something, the defense is sitting, right? So what Bafana Bafana needs, and unfortunately, I don't want to say Makhupa's bad. I think we haven't been playing his football, but you need a striker. That is hungry. A striker that's going to go, guys, I need the ball now and I need to score. I see you guys are playing. I need to shoot. Our attacks don't have a start and an end. If you watch a lot of the teams at the AFCON, the good ones, so let's say Cape Verde, for example, who we did knock out to our credit, but Cape Verde, if you saw the game versus us, they had possession, but also they did this thing where every time they crossed the halfway line, they were playing like their lives depended on getting the goal. That it's going to be a save from the keeper. It's going to be a hit somebody and God for a corner. It's going like the move is going to end with something. Tina, our moves don't end with, that final thing. The only game where we showed it honestly was when we played Namibia. You see, Namibia, we looked dangerous from the start to the end, and we knew where to start, where to finish, when to shoot, when to do this, when to do that. But you see, like right now, we're on the attack. We had a counter. So in this, we had a counter. And we had a 3v2 right now. But we dilly-dallied. So Makhupa trapped the ball and tried to turn around. Instead of going, let's go. Watch DRC when they get the ball and they go. Watch Cape Verde. Cape Verde put us on ice a few times there. And that's what I mean about that. That's one of the weaknesses. But in terms of the strengths of this team, I think the sum of this team is greater than its parts. A lot of the players here that are in this team should not be in a semi-final of an AFCON when you look on paper. They should not. But they are. The sum of this team didn't look as good as some of the other Bafana teams that have come from the past. Abo Lodge, Abo, the big names, when we still had a big name type team, Abo Tiko, Abo Shabalala, all of those guys put together in a team, and you're like, oh my gosh, how is Gakhisho Dikhashwi not doing well? Oh, there we go. Shoot it. Shoot. Hunger, guys, get something. Get something. This is what I'm talking about. Get something. Anyway, Michele Mayambela doesn't spring to mind as a star. Makgopa doesn't spring to mind as a star. The Sundowns players that we have in the team are incredible players, but they're not usually, okay, outside of Zwane, they're not the most important players. I've always said the most important players to Sundowns to play for me is Kutsia, is Allender, is a Mudiba that plays in the midfield. It's a Shalulile, it's a Ribeiro who complement everybody else, right? But it's like, none of these players are people that you'd be like, no, we're going crazy about. But they've shown that through the 2 years that they've been playing together, the 2 years that they've been doing everything together and qualifying and playing, they've been doing well. Remember, we came from Abu Obas. Obas was playing in this team. Nico Mobi was playing in this team. I don't think it's been a Bafana team that we've valued. But they're a Bafana team that's in the semi-finals of the AFCON. Now, do I think that you could do this in a World Cup? I don't think so. I think AFCON is rightly made to be a scrappy tournament, right? But yeah, let's see what happens. Hey, that defense has been caught out. Let me read some of these comments. Do any of the PSL teams have a good 6? I don't think it's something groomed. That's true, Steph. That is actually true. I think it's, again, as South Africans, we tend to focus on certain positions and we tend to not care about other certain positions. I think a good 6 that can transition the ball from the defense to attack is something that we don't necessarily focus on. Even in this team, Mokoena is not that. Mokoena is the hard worker within Sundowns that does the tough jobs that the other players don't want to do for Sundowns. He's not necessarily somebody who progresses the ball. He's a destroyer sort of type player. But hey, it was back in the 4-4-2 era where we had these guys proper. Look, why is Makgopa crossing the ball? Why is Makgopa crossing the ball? Why is Makgopa crossing the ball? He should be on the end of the crosses. Watch the transition. DR Congo. Okay, very good stop there. We needed Bradley Grobler. Says, misunderstood. I agree with you 100% there. Gilson was doing stuff versus us. Emeka, how are you, my brother? Oh, you're watching the show. Thank you, man. Thank you for your support and your views. Arthur says, I think I'm behind here. Might just be a little bit. Sinja says, the Tico team never went to play to sit and wait for the opponent. That's true. But the Tico team didn't go far. That's a conversation we need to have as South Africans. I think we need to strike a balance between our quote-unquote beautiful South African football and results football. And I still believe you can be beautiful and win games. I just think that, Tina, when we become beautiful, and whether you watch the game Kokasi or you watch the game anywhere else, it's almost like, you could spy to, for example, and go score. But you spy to, man, and there's this thing in South Africans that just wakes up. There's this thing that wakes up and you're like, no, man, the crowd is going crazy. I need to go back for more. I need to then shigisha the ball a little bit more. And by the time you're done shigishi, the chance is gone. So I think that's what we lack a little bit. And to use an example, if you watch Orlando Pirates play in the league, specifically in the league, if you watch Orlando Pirates play in the league, everybody wants to touch the ball. Tito touches the ball, Mfukeng touches the ball, Lepasa touches the ball, this one touches the ball, and John just got the ball, and Da gets the ball. Everybody's touching the ball. By the time they realize that we need to go into attack now and score, the defense is sitting, and now it's tough. You get me? Like, for example, we've got Makgopa on the pitch. Makgopa is an excellent transition player. In terms of, if you can get Makgopa on the last line of the defense and transition and hit an early cross, top of the box, P-spot, he finishes those. Like Baroka Makgopa was very good at that type of thing. Finishing within the box when the defense is facing its own goal. Now, how many times have we put Makgopa in that position? As a Bafana Bafana, even as a Pirates, I'm not a Pirates fan, but even as a Pirates, how many times do you put him in a position to do the thing that he does best? Think about the goal that he scored versus Kaizer Chiefs, for example. Think about, I believe, some of the other goal that he scored for Pirates. They are very box-orientated goals. It's box-orientated, whether it be a cross inside or whether it be a through ball from the top, just at the top of the box, like a pass, final pass at the top of the box. How many times do we do it? Right now, we just saw Makgopa crossing a ball, right? So Makgopa was on the right-hand side crossing a ball. And when you put Makgopa there, I'm like, we know he can't trap. We know he can't play 1-2s. We know he can't minus people. So if you keep putting him in uncomfortable positions, how many goals is he going to score? And will he not look bad by default because you're doing something that he's not good at? And I understand everybody saying, he's a hard worker and he's meant to be the guy that pulls the defense, the center backs out of position so that the two wingers can run in. Cool. How many times have we done that? Because all what happens is Makgopa's on the right and then he's crossing. And when he crosses the ball, who's there to finish the ball? Who's there to finish the ball? If he's the one crossing, now you're crossing to Morena. Morena is standing in the middle of skyscraper defenders. How is he meant to win that ball? That's the problem. You see right there, the shot that he took right there. Look at how comfortable he looked. Yes, he shot it over. But just look at how comfortable Makgopa looked right there. The ball was played in. He doesn't have to touch it. He doesn't have to play a 1-2. He's just running in. He's taking the shot. That's Makgopa. So how many times are you creating that for him? You get what I mean? That's my argument when I watch Bafana Bafana and I watch even the Pirates when they play Makgopa. Is Makgopa meant to be a central defensive striker or is he meant to score? Or if he's a central defensive striker, are you playing the ball to, are you playing the ball to him in places where he can be effective? That's all. Or maybe, I've been repeating this a lot, but maybe play a different player in false nine. Misalima Mbela, go to false nine, we play Morena, we play Tau, we play a speedy front, where somebody comfortable on the ball can drop back and get the ball. But then, second half, you change it and you put in Lepasa and Makgopa and you pepper that box when Zwane comes out. Maybe. But yeah, I don't want to get too far into that. Let me read. Nikola Tesla, says, it seems like our boys are not taking this game seriously. Rosie says, but they're trying, guys. Not easy to be on the pitch. Let's appreciate them. Misunderstood says there even was Ethan Brooks. Only Tulu and Rowan are left from Bruce's initial squad. The rest just pressure. Not Moss says, but the beauty in football is why we don't have technical sixes. Exactly, not Moss. Sinja says we're in the semis because Namibia, Morocco, Cape Verde were not clinical in the front. You see that? Tembazwani, I think it's Tembazwani. Tembazwani had the chance to shoot. And do you know what happened? Simnand. I want to play another pass, and it must be a through pass between 4 players. It must be like a YouTube highlight type assist that goes through 5 players instead of just shooting the ball. That's our issue. And that's South African football as a whole. That is our issue. We're too technically gifted for our own good, and we want everybody to be as technically gifted as everybody else. My question is, do you still want Hugo to continue? I do. And I can explain why. I think Hugo Gavin Hunt, all those guys. I think they have to. They're teaching us to have a an appreciation of a football that is different to what we love. What I've enjoyed about this Bafana Bafana team in this tournament is we played one way versus Mali, which was the signature way of playing that South Africa plays. We lost. We came out versus Namibia and played a completely different transition-based football. We won 4-0. We came out against Tunisia and we played a defensive game, but a controlled defense game. We came out versus Morocco and we played defensively, but that defensively was to lure them out of their positions or out of their comfort. And then we hit them when they started attacking us. We played versus Cape Verde, which was I think that was one of the worst games that we've played. We played against Nigeria, where we played an ultra defensive game, which almost worked out outside of some of the worries. Other than that, so we're playing different kinds of football, which is I'm enjoying to see. I just need us to score. That's what I need us to do. Morena a bit invincible today. Mixer says, Mishka says, much love for Nigeria. How are you, my brother? How are you, my brother? We're going to be watching your guys' game tomorrow as well. So we just need to score. But honestly, that is a South African issue. To be honest with you, that is South Africa as a whole. You know, our strikers don't necessarily always burn down, scoring records. Lyle Foster would have been nice because Lyle Foster at Burnley, he plays the type of game where it's like, I think he's been taught that, hey, my guy, we don't have time to be playing around. You have to shoot and score. Like, you have to score. We're not sitting here and watching you touch the ball 100 times. Go score. Go score. My guys, this is so like as they dribble 4 defenders and a keeper and fail to score. This is our DNA. Do SA lack a clinical striker? We lack a clinical striker, but I could also argue that we don't create enough chances in order to see the clinicalness of our strikers. I think our strikers have to be clinical off of 2 chances in a game. And it's a bit unfair. Yes, they should be finishing more of them, but it's a little bit unfair when you're not creating as many chances as you need to. Few teams create chances the way that we need the chances. Transition, let's go, let's go, let's go. They're committed, let's go. That was an aimless ball. That was an aimless ball. Ah, guys. I'm telling you, guys, Democratic Republic of Congo. Congo does not, they're reckless. They're reckless in that they commit a lot of players when they're in attack. There's been plenty of chances where the right ball to Morena on the right-hand side could set him free. There's been a lot of chances where we've had 3-on-2s versus the defense, and then we've chosen to overplay the ball. The game is here. This is an open game. The thing we've been asking for. This is not going to be a low block game. There's not going to be a 6 people at the back, 5 people at the back type game. So we need to go. Congo's going to play. But to be fair, they have been well marshaled. Honestly, do you think Percy Tau has let us down in the semis? Percy Tau is an interesting character in Bafana Bafana. I think Percy Tau is one of those players that needs to be, that loses his discipline, his positional discipline when he goes to play for Bafana Bafana. It's that curse of having a star player playing for your country, whereas Al Ali, for example, I'll give you an example. For Al Ali, you will never find Percy Tau going from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. That was okay. That was a good take, but bad last shot. You'll never see him doing this because he knows that the coach will be like, my guy, This is Al Ali. We've got stars, we've got people. So he plays a disciplined football. I think what happened in the games that we've seen in the AFCON is that is Percy Tau being allowed almost like a free roll by Hugo Bruce. The games that Percy Tau has looked great, if we look at them, was the ones where he was forced to stay on the left. I believe the Morocco game was where he looked very good. He was forced to stay on the left because they were so afraid of Hakimi. And that almost discipline, he was behind Uzwani. That discipline was where Percy looked good. Where he just started running around all over the place and you're not sure what he's doing. It starts becoming a thing where your star player believes that I need to take it upon myself in order to go score. And what tends to happen is when he goes to the right-hand side, Morena doesn't know where to go. Morena doesn't know where to go. He comes into the middle of the pitch. Makhupa's now on the left-hand side and you're like, how? But Makhupa, why are you that side? Tau doesn't have Uzwani doesn't have somebody to play with here in the middle, right? But if you watch that Morocco game, there were times where him and Percy were connecting pretty well because they were told to stick right there out of fear. I think Percy, Utsorekibu star. That's what's killing Percy Tau in Bafana Bafana. He's the star player. He's the starish player. He's allowed to do what he wants. It's Loch at Pirates, for example. If you watch the last few games of Pirates when Loch was coming onto the pitch, Loch was such a big star and had so much freedom that when he was on the pitch, Kim Viuri didn't know how to deal with him, didn't know what to do when Loch now comes inside. Tito didn't know what to do now that there's this big guy who's on the pitch who's dictating how we're playing and I'm not sure where I need to go. That's what's happening to Percy. The coach just needs to be a lot more harder on him positionally and be like, my guy, don't go left and right and there and there. I'm going to give you a role and you're going to play the role. And Al Ali, he's got a role, he plays a role, he sticks to the role, it helps the team. I don't know if I'm making sense, but anyway, sticking has been the problem, striking. Evidence and Tau were let down up front. With the firing Percy Tau, things would have been different. Musa says, my umbrella's not playing well. Neville says, we're useless. Matthew, the score is 0-0. Wait, is the scoreboard? Yeah, the score is still 0-0. When last did we have a South African who was top goal scorer? You know what's funny? What's funny is, I think Mayo came second 2 years in a row. No, he was the top goal scorer last year, if I'm not mistaken. And he was second the previous year. Bradley Grobler is one of two active players right now who've got over 100 goals in the PSL. It's him and Shalulile. They're chasing each other there at the top. I think Grobler might have a goal or two over Shalulile within like the history of the PSL. So it's interesting that Grobler has never gotten a chance. It's interesting that Mayo hasn't been called. Even if it's not to start, but to have somebody who's on form and scoring, or at least within the PSL on form and scoring. It would have been nice to have Lebo Mutiba there available, but he got injured before the tournament, so he couldn't be chosen. That would have been a nice one. Lyle Foster went through what Lyle Foster went through, and there's that politics around that. So there are players, but I guess they don't fit into what the keeper, what our goalkeeper wants to do. Second half bar and restaurant says Kulu is the missing link we needed. Kayuka says the body language of strikers is the problem. Imagine having a striker like Osimhen in the SA squad, said Kayuka. But that's what I'm saying. I think there's an urgency to Osimhen. He's not scoring. Say he's not scoring, but he'll still put pressure on the defense. He'll still, you saw what happened in the Nigeria game where he may not have been getting the ball. He may not have been looking dangerous. They may not even know how to play the ball up to him. But the moment the ball got to the box, you saw Abakulu having to make last-minute tackles. You saw him going strength for strength with them, knocking them around. You could feel the presence of him on the pitch. We don't have a striker that is capable of that. And that's what I mean when I say the gravitas of a striker. When Benny McCarthy is on the pitch for South Africa, We know he needs to score. We know he's going to want to score. We know he's going to get the ball and he's going to have one idea in his mind is to go for the goal and to hit the goal. Makgopa looks like a very nice player and a guy who listens to instruction, right? That's what he looks like, but he's not a killer, right? Like Shalulile is the killer. Ribeiro, if you watch Ribeiro at Sundowns, you can tell that this guy has one thing on his mind, and is to score goals. That's the last thing he has on his mind. Like, I want to get the ball and go score. The rest of our strikers, to be honest with you, it feels like they're just happy to be in the team and assist the team, which is great, I guess. You're not going to get too many crazy things happening within your team. You're not going to have people that rock the boat, but we lack that, man. We lack that person, man, who's just going to be like, guys, screw you guys. I'm tired of watching the ball. I'll give you an international example. Arsenal, my team lacks a killer up front, just a killer. A guy who's going to go, guys, we've got 25 passes now. I need to score now. Haaland. You know, Osimhen is an attitude, I think. But anyway. Musa says, Makgopa is the tapping type of striker. Exactly. Never gets tap-ins. Neville says, cancel Bafana Bafana in the cricket side. Waste of text money. Milan says, I would think Hellman is the one who plays attacking. Hugo is the defensive coach. I don't even know, to be honest, to all respect to Coach Hellman. I don't even know what Coach Hellman's style is. I've never seen it. So I can't speak too much to it. I'd imagine he is, but I don't know. I don't know what type of input he has. I don't know the coaching experience, where he coached. I don't think I've seen a team that was coached by Hellman. By Coach Hellman. So I can't speak to that. I don't know. It was a shock to me when they chose him because I'm like, okay, he's a legend. And you could say that he was part of very good Bafana Bafana teams and very good old teams. But in terms of the game today, I don't know. You know? I would love to watch Apolis. Oh, Apolis would be great in this game. Apolis would be great in this game. Hey, relax, man. Relax. It's the attitude we came into this game with. Even Hugo said, in his mind, he if we're telling the truth, they shouldn't be playing this game. No one remembers number 3 or whatever. So you can tell that's the attitude they came into this game with. We have the best goalkeeper in the world. He's so good. He's so good. This Tulu and SBC pairing as suspects at Tolani. You're not making sense. Cancel Bafana and Neville. I got a good analysis. Makgopa wants to make a statement in this game. Kwena says, I thought I would see good football. Yeah, I thought it was going to be free. Oh, there's no Toby. Makelele, Claude, in front of him. That was a 6. I wonder if the Claude Makelele goal roll. That was a 6. Game on says too much passes in the box or just outside. Exactly. Game on, exactly. Is that not what South African football is? Musa says, what is the plan with Hellman by Safa? I don't know. I would have loved to see somebody, like, I feel as though the Bafana Bafana coaching job should be coached by council. Like it should be, yes, you've got Hugo comes in because Hugo brings in that international look and all of that stuff. But there should be a couple of PSL coaches that are part of his staff, you know. It's even sad that outside of PSL coaches, Morena Ramurebuli is the COSAFA coach. So the guy who's in charge of the team where you are meant to see the fringe SA players play is not even part of Hugo Bruce's technical team. Make that make sense. Because in a perfect world, Hellman would be the coach of COSAFA. But there you bring in Ramu Rebuli, incredible coach. He's the one who brings in Abo Kapinga. He brings in all of these other guys. They play, they win Abo Kosafa. That's meant to be the team that feeds into this one, right? What communication do they have, for example? You know? Wait. Where was I? Congo will regret not finishing their chances, as some teams have here. Nicholas says that's why I was saying they're not taking it serious. Musa says we need an assistant with the mind of them taking over after Hugo leaves. Continuity. But that's why I'm saying that instead of having one person, have a committee. You know, Rassi Erasmus, before becoming director of rugby, there by the Springboks, was an active coach who was brought in as somebody who is an active coach to assist with whoever is head coach, who was usually someone who was in rugby, right? For example, I'm just using that example. But then they've got that council of coaches where the head coach's job is not like you're on an island on your own. It's imagine having a Rulani in your pocket, having a Gavin Hunt in your pocket, having some of those coaches that have been here for a while, that understand the PSL football, that are able to form part of a council that helps the head coach, right? It feels as though everywhere else where we are successful in terms of sports, they've got a unity when it comes to all of that. Yes, you're the head coach, but there's a unity of different people who come in at different times to help you out, you know. Current PSL coaches can be incredible to help you out because they scout every single day the PSL players. Okay, Hugo Bruce, what do you want from your team? I'm looking for a team that does 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we as PSL coaches see this every day. There might be a player you're not watching. Bring those people in. Stuff like that. Like, I feel like the head coach shouldn't be the most important role in SAFA. We should have a togetherness that we don't have, you know? But anyway, I'm rambling. 39 minutes, it's 0-0. Third place is valued at the World Cup, says Lorenzo. JJ says, if you want to see Hellman coaching abilities, you must watch the reserve SA squad. Does he even coach it? Tepang says, Mara, the coach is right. Who remembers third place? Gary says, DRC 9 changes, everybody getting a chance beside. Sinja says, Reeve is the perfect 6. If Tunisia buys Hugo, who would you get in his spot? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'd love to see, you guys are going to hate me for this. I'd love to see a Gavin Hunt get the job. Especially if we're going with this faceless Bafana. Well, okay, it's not faceless, but lesser players type thing, built for the future type thing. Gavin could be incredible in that role. Yeah, I don't know. Bohev Renard always come up, but I'd love to see him. In a perfect world, Pizzo comes back and takes the team in a perfect world. I don't know. I would want like a Gavin Hunter Pizzo type situation. If Bugwana doesn't shoot from a distance, then no one will try from a far distance. Besides a far distance, even just inside the box. You know, sometimes just shoot, guys. Just shoot. It could hit a knee and go somewhere. It could make the keeper do something, but just try and shoot, man. Yes, the likes of Rulani would fit if Sundowns allows. Ulu's playing a word I won't say, says Hussein. Hellman understands how he should play. That's why he's there. But what tells you that Hellman understands? What tells you that Hellman understands? Where's Hellman shows us that he understands? I'm just asking. Or is he a guy that, all due respect to him, and I may be underrating his input, but he's a guy that understands how we played. He's a guy that maybe got exposed to how we used to play, but in terms of every day within a PSL type situation where every week you have to be doing something with this football, you have to be up to date with all the players. Is Hellman the best guy to be that assistant? I don't know. I don't know. And I don't want to be disrespectful to him. I could be severely underrating him and I could be disrespecting him. But I don't know if that is the case. I'd much rather have somebody who's in the PSL, for example, every single day, who has to deal with the things now, right? Gavin Hunt has to play Sundowns now. So currently, who's the top player? Jose Rivero plays Chippa United now. Rulani plays the thing now, every day. Much rather have that as an assistant, that person as an assistant coach, than, with all due respect, our legends who are not in the day-to-day business of our football. Does that make sense? Suffer leadership doesn't understand football. And the T says Mudau tackles. Game On says, I love this type of opposition we're playing with. They're training our defense. Gary says Hellman is part of the worst soccer Bafana has ever played with Bruce. Bafana need to score already, says Igwe. Damien says South Africa look tired. Finally! Oh, finally! Thank you, Mayambela, for taking a shot. 42 minutes. Thank you for taking a shot. Dan Malisela, that could be a good hire, says Gary. Misunderstood said, forget about scoring players. We're told no one will remember them. Sinja says he coaches the Kosafa team. He recently coached the Kosafa team. The Kosafa team that won was Ramu Rebuli. Because Hellman didn't have the licenses. Remember, Hellman didn't have licenses. There was even doubt of him even coming to this tournament because he didn't have the requisite CAF B. And Ramu Rebuli was then called in, and he's the one that took the Kosafa team. He's the one that was coaching the Kosafa team that won. We won the Kosafa now. A year ago? So Hellman, coaching-wise, I'm not saying, I don't know where he's coached before, but I know that it hasn't been in the top, in our top league. It hasn't been regular. I don't know, maybe you guys hasn't been regular. And if we're saying Kosafa, that has only been for at most 8 months, and those games hardly play. Bafana playing Hamba when at Dupree's tactics, says Frankie. Long balls all the time. Number one remembers, but no change was made. Musa says, what's Safa's plan to unearth our next prolific striker? I think that's the issue. That's the issue. And I think my question is, who is coaching that next striker? Why are they coaching that next striker? And what are they learning? So I haven't been privy to the youth game for a very long time. What are strikers doing? I was a striker when I was playing all those years ago. I don't remember a practice where we did tactics. I don't remember a practice where I was taught how to run. I don't remember a practice. So my question is, where and who is going to, at the beginning, at under 10, under 8, under 9, who are the coaches that are teaching the strikers how to strike there? At the beginning, who are the coaches that are molding those strikers? And what type of build-up are we doing to make sure that the strikers, the guys who aren't in the top development academies, because those are few and far between, when we say school football, I love it when people say we need to bring back school football. Who's coaching the school football? Is it a qualified coach, a licensed coach, or is it Mr. Matangu, who's the math teacher that was unlikely to be given the soccer team, who has a passion for soccer, but doesn't have the requisite coaching skills? Who are the people that are coaching these strikers for the future? In like all of the positions, we spoke about CDM, guys who can play 6 and progress the ball. Who's coaching them? Kokasi, the SAFA regional leagues and all of that stuff. Not to say that they're bad. I'm just asking the question. That's where SAFA needs to jump in. But hey, that's a bigger thing. He knows the culture of football. Remember, Hugo didn't want to work with under. Okay, if you say so, I'm just saying that I don't see proof of it. But yeah, they made it this far, so I guess you can't say too much. Africa, USA, watching from New York City. How are you doing? Welcome. Sinja says Arthur has a cafe license. True, Arthur has a cafe license. Does he have a cafe license? Arthur. I know Dylan Shepard he's doing his UEFA A now. It probably does. It probably does. We should start by replacing Danny Jordan with Lucas Ratebe if we want to be successful, says Gary. Big Willie says, if Pizzo wanted the job, now do we hire him immediately? I probably would. I probably would. Let me just update, guys. It is halftime. This has been a dead rubber match. If we're being 100% honest, this has been a very dead rubber match. Both teams aren't taking it as seriously as they should. Why did I say second half? I'm so sorry about the graphic, guys. I'm so sorry. That was my bad. It's halftime. The second half hasn't started. I'm so sorry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up, guys. Please remember, you have to be following me on TikTok in order to join. What's going to happen is that at the bottom of your screen, there's going to be a button that says multi-guest. And we're going to speak for the next 15 minutes about what we're seeing in this game. I don't know, man. Both of the teams are not here, man. Both of the teams are not here for this game, guys. Request jump in so I can hear what you guys want to hear from, what you guys see from this first half. Stay here with the burner. From this first half. Sinje, how are you, my brother?
Branchwoodman, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, this game is so. What are you thinking of this football, of what we're watching?
Yeah, it's one of those games where I see how weak Bafana Bafana is. But anyway, no, man, I'm watching the Congo just playing. Whenever they go on the front foot, you can see how easily they penetrate our midfield into our defense, and how they find those pockets behind our defense. Like any other team that has faced Bafana Bafana so far, you get them having the ball in the front of the feet and the goalkeeper, nothing else in sight. Yeah. And I'm worried how easily that moment happens. And as I said in the comments, we have had numerous of those moments where our opposite strikers, our opposition come into the backyard with the ball in front of them, and a goalkeeper, and that's it. And decision making has always let them down, like in this case as well. Why try run around Rowan Williams? You saw that it is not working against Nigeria. Why are you trying it?
Yeah.
I mean, twice already. We saw that scene, and I'm like, okay, maybe they're not taking this as seriously as you're putting it. And in terms of Bafana, you know what's frustrating for me is that you've got Evidence Mokoba with the ball in his feet, facing the goal, and your heart is not beating, like anticipating a goal. It's like you are surprised if he scores that. You are not. It's not something that you expected to happen.
Surprised if he shoots.
You're surprised if he shoots. You're like, oh wow, he took a shot, and that's for me is frustrating. Is that I'll make an example when Benny McCarthy has a ball in front of him, and there's nothing between him and the goalkeeper. If you are sitting down, you go up and you sit at the edge of your seat because you are anticipating a goal. You know you are waiting for a goal. If he misses, you jump. Here you jump when he takes a shot. Yeah, he took a shot. and I want to let the others come in.
Yeah.
The most frustrating part, it is where he's taking the shots. He's not taking shots in the most dangerous parts of the field. He's just taking shots at the most awkward place and most random place. You know, I like Makopa. I think we are not feeding him the ball where he's in a position where he is dangerous in that position.
Yeah.
We are giving him the ball in useless parts of the field. And now we are making him look very ordinary, of which he is not. Even if you give Ronaldo in those parts, he's not going to score a goal there by the corner flag. Anyway, it's fine.
Okay. Let me bring in a Fezzi. Fezzi, how are you, my brother?
I'm a piano. 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 Hey, piano.
Hey,
Hey.
you in this song, you in this violence, man. Aye, Fezzi, man.
Once Nigeria destroys someone, you will never remain the same. And that is what is happening to South Africa now.
What are you seeing from this game, my brother?
Once you are being destroyed by Nigeria, there is no going back. I'm sorry, this game, I don't think South Africa can make it in this game. Yeah, at the moment, the game is really boring. But because we've already exposed Williams, so where is South Africa standing again? Nowhere. No solid ground to stand. So you guys just need forgiveness. I can represent Nigeria to forgive South Africa. I want you guys to win this game at least. At least I want to see South Africa at least the third position. Because the game is too boring. I wasn't even watching it until I saw you alive. But still, I'm rooting for South Africa. Okay. Because at least let them just qualify. Let them just be the third position. I'm a piano. I'm out. Thank you.
You in this song. Let me go to Arthur. Arthur, how are you doing, my brother?
Hi, I'm Nigeria.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Yo, how's it?
No, I'm good, my brother. I'm good. What's going on, man? It's 0-0. What's going on?
I think the coach should have just put a new team. Obviously, because these ones are they are tired. They can't even. Oh, Jesus. They don't take shots. I don't know how many shots on targets do we have. Guys, we need a new national team coach. This thing is not working.
But then what can we do differently? Because I think this DR Congo, look at the stats. 65% possession for Bafana Bafana. 2 shots, only 1 on target. No corners, 1 offside. We're not even attacking.
It's not a competitive game, this one. I've tried watching both sides, even the DRC.
Yeah.
They think we are just testing out our new players and whatnot. That's it.
Okay. For time, Arthur, let me bring in Usenzo. Senzo, what's happening? 0-0. What's happening?
I feel like if Bruce was gonna tell the players to not play and be defensive like we've been the whole tournament, then you should have put the same starting lineup. Why put players like Mayambela who like to attack, who's more adventurous? Why put them on? This game is supposed to be I feel like it's an advertisement for the final. So why don't you put the exciting players? Why don't you put players who have South African sugar? Put Zwane, they take Tole out, put Morena so Zwane and Mkwena can play, put Apollos to dribble, put Lipasa, put players that, have a bit of sugar, some South African flair. I feel like that's what the game is missing now. It's missing us to Zalan Bola, gents. Finally a Phillies Cup or final is usually gonna be seeing a lot of skill. Yes, we didn't get there, but let's show South African football, and I'm missing that. We forget Morena is one of the best dribblers in South Africa. Mutau also has a unbelievable dribbling. Mayambela, unbelievable dribbling. Zwane, technically good. Let's see that, man. Instead of this defensive play, let's see you play.
Okay, Senzo. Let me go to stepfather. Aye, man, 0-0. It seems like the teams were like, "Hi guys, let's just honor the fixture, Mara.
OT, how's it, my brother?
I'm good at you, my brother.
You're sharp. OT. I'm not gonna analyze this game. I'm just gonna state the fact that these guys. Let's not forget it. our boys were in the semi-finals and then we were beaten at the semi-finals. We were looking forward to playing the finals. You don't expect the boys from losing to Nigeria on penalties to come here and then perform miracles, guys. They are not there. They are not there. But then come second half, maybe they'll do something else. But I don't expect anyone to criticize these boys. These boys, they brought back that Itemba to us. Come on, guys. We cannot criticize these boys. They were in the semi-finals. We were beaten. We were playing for the number 3, the bronze. We can never be proud of playing for the bronze. We were looking forward to play the finals. We were beaten on penalties.
Mara, it's top 3, Mara Stepa, there's top,
It's top
3.
three. It's
You're
top
playing
3,
for
but
a
then
medal.
it's top 3, but the boys were beaten at the semi-finals, guys. You don't expect them to come here now. They are not here, in fact. They were looking forward to play the finals. The boys were like looking forward to play the finals. So you don't these people are abantu lab. They are heartbroken still in a match. You don't expect them to.
Medal. There's
There's
something
a
you
medal,
haven't
but
been able to do. At least show us.
It's a bronze. We were looking for the silver or gold. Yes, I don't blame them, but we were looking forward for the silver or gold. So now you can't expect them to come now, baby, now like, OT, if you lose on the finals, looking forward to the finals, on the semi-finals, now it was over dejected, it was over pants now, it was over pants.
No,
So that's not
but ngizongena to the game and show that this is something my country has never done. Coming home with a medal is something we haven't done since Nili. So
I agree with
I get the heartbrokenness. I understand it fully, but I'm just saying good guys.
I agree with you, OT, but then it's still a first half. Maybe second half, guys, we can do this. But then we can never criticize these boys, guys. Come on, guys. These boys, but we say it and they soon say it. We say in Chegi, these boys, they took us to the semi-finals. Basically in the lang, OT, me and you, and everyone in the panel, we're not expecting these boys to go this far. It's never, guys. No, we can net today. Let's not criticize these boys. Let's support them. Maybe they can do something in the second half. But this thing of criticizing these boys, not today, guys. Come on. Not today.
Mara, the game. We're criticizing the game.
Second half is coming, guys. DRC, we're looking forward to the finals. Us, we're looking. So, Bonga Bafana love. Let's just go second half. Then we can talk about the game. But now, they need to go to the dressing room. Or coaches about something. Maybe second half they will come up with different team. Thank you, Frank.
Okay. No, thank you, Stefan. Looks. First half.
I know, relax. There's no need to invest your emotions in this game. People have died, Vafit. Relax. This is just a holiday. This game, there's nothing in it. Let the boys do what they have to do. Whether they win or they lose, it's fine. Let's just relax. Take care of your high blood and your sugar loss and relax. Not today.
Yeah.
Today, let's allow the boys to just honor the game and prepare to come back. So whether they win or lose, I don't care.
Okay.
I'm just happy for because technically we didn't lose the semi-final in regulation time. So they've done us very proud. If Nigeria wins the AFCON, then it means we were in the same height as Nigeria. Yeah, so more especially if Nigeria can beat Cote d'Ivoire in regulation time in 90 minutes, it means it was up for grabs for either South Africa or Nigeria. So this one, we were not going there for a third place. It's gold or nothing.
Guys, you can't say that this team was not gonna make it past the quarterfinals, not gonna do anything, and then when we have a chance to finish third, now we just say no. It doesn't mean nothing, guys. These games are important, guys.
When we beat Morocco, we believe that gold is possible, and we wanted nothing else but gold. So this one's of number 2 and number 3, even number 2 wasn't going to be befitting to us. We were not going to the final to lose in the final. Yes. Okay. So let's just relax. People have died because of football. Today, it's not that serious, this match, man.
Guys, this is the tournament, but it's fine. Let me bring in Nana. Sabeng, how are you?
Hello.
How are you doing, my brother?
Yeah, not too bad. And yourself?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I seem to want this game more than a lot of my country, but it's fine.
I think you guys need to just relax, because I'm a Ghanaian and I'm a fan of Bafana Bafana. I think you guys play one of football, and you were unlucky to lose to Nigeria. But the motivation that you have in a semi-final is not the same motivation you have playing in a third place playoff. You understand? Yeah, because if in the semi-final, the pressure you have there, you are playing for a final. If you don't get a final, your motivation drops. Yeah. So then, if you look at the European Championship, they abolished the third place playoff because it was like a friendly match because both teams don't have the motivation, you know. But you also have to understand that South Africa has exceeded the expectation.
Okay.
I don't think even you believe that they will get to semi-finals. Yeah. So they've already surpassed this expectation. But it's just about building on this position for future tournament. So I think you guys should be, instead of you guys be down about today, just be happy. Be happy for where they've come.
Okay.
Because this is the first time since 1998 that South Africa has got to a semi-final. Since 98. So that's a long, long time ago. So you guys need to just cheer up a bit, and just enjoy the moment.
Okay, my brother.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
No.
that's it.
No, my guy. No, I'll take your words. Let me just bring in Mona. Mona, I want you to lead with what you brought up about the DRC. Can you educate us a little bit about what's happening that side?
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks to you, Mona.
I'm okay. I'm okay. So, guys, Congo's going through the most. Hey, Congo's going through the most, please. Those players are like right now, there's war that's happening in Congo. I have my aunt personally who's in the war at the moment, like she's there, she's calling us and things are happening. So it's really bad. People are being bombed, people are being killed, women are being raped, kids are being separated from their parents. And, it's bad. So the boys are going through too much. They are sad. You can't be rejoicing this and that. My country is playing, oh, we should win. And back home, Gobi, it's ubuhlungu, guys. It's very bad hearing. Uzi, back home, people are being bombed, people are being killed, a school is being bombed, and Lana, we're celebrating. Uzi, you guys, we have to win, we have to win. I'm sure if this whole massacre thing didn't happen when they were playing with Ivory Coast, I'm sure the boys would have, they would have got somewhere. Maybe they would have played against Nigeria or something because they were playing really good. But yeah, please be soft on them. They're going through so much. Like we're going through too much.
I wanted you to come on and just educate us a little bit about what's happening as well.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
I can't say much. I don't want to die.
Yeah.
I can't say much. So
No,
yeah.
I hear you. No, I hear you.
I don't want to die. I love my life.
No, I just wanted to give just a moment where we can speak about that. Do you have anything for the game?
I'm half and half.
Yeah.
Congolese by blood, South African, South
Oh.
African. This. So I'm sitting here with the string. I don't even know what to say. So I'm half and half. Congo, South Africa, both.
Ay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm rooting for both.
Oh wow, it must be nice to win no matter what happens, but it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. No,
Okay. Thank you.
thank you so much, Bodo, for joining. Thank you so much for joining. No, I just wanted to have that moment, guys, where we speak about what's happening that side as well. There was a protest by the players before the game started. I do have a picture of it up here. Just wanted us to touch on that too. Back to the game. Back to the game, guys. We're a country that hasn't done this since 2000. And we're sitting in a third place playoff of an AFCON, a tournament where we have not played. We were crying about it. Hey, qualify, hey, qualify. And we are looking at the possibility of getting a medal for the country. And we're saying, forget about it. We're saying, forget about it. We're saying, no, guys, this match doesn't matter. It's an international game. Think about the positional, the rankings, things that are linking on this game. Not to mention the fact that some of these players can come back and say that we finished third in a tournament that nobody has spoken about. That the last time we did this was in 2000, and you guys are going, we must forget about this game. Hi, guys. No, guys, no matter what game it is. And this is what happens with us as South Africans. This is what happens. We go and play Rwanda. It's just Rwanda. Who cares about the qualifier? Who cares about this? Who cares about that? Guys, go win games. Go win games. This game would be an incredible opportunity for other players who are not in Bafana Bafana or in the squad or in the festa to play and win. It's an incredible place to write yourselves then into the history. I know people are saying, no, it doesn't matter. But this team finishing third should be a big deal for us. Whether you're heartbroken about the same, especially because you're heartbroken. How many teams have gone home playing incredible football and doing all those things and never got a chance to get onto a pitch again and show good, yeah, we're here? So for me, guys, a game is a game is a game. Play, guys. Play. Win. Do something. And us saying that do something here does not take away from what they did. Does not take. In fact, it adds on it. In fact, it adds on it. Not only did you guys not think about us going and winning there, we got there and we came back with a medal and tech. We came back and it was a medal. 2019, those guys were knocked out in the quarterfinals. You think they're sitting there going, oh no, guys, I wish. Probably they're wishing that they could have that medal, whether it's bronze, whether it's silver, whether it's whatever. Having that thing on the wall and saying, yeah. This is also a chance, funny enough, for a lot of these players. People are watching. You could go overseas from all of your tournament success. You could play in this thing and have an incredible game and be watched and be talked about in the game before the final. You know how many people are watching this game right now, even if it's ugly, even if it's whatever. But you can't come to this game and say, it means nothing. The fact that Hugo Bruce came out and said, this game, if it was up to him, it wouldn't even be played. I was like, Mara, guys, just go play the game and win. You'll talk about boring later. Are we going to take this for granted? We can't take these games for granted, guys. We can't. Not after how long we have waited to play at AFCONs. Well, not waited to do well at AFCONs all the way. Alright, guys. I'm sorry. But anyway, so you like the idea of boring playing for Draw Bafana? I don't like the idea. We're playing against an opponent that's going to be open. Funny enough, it's an opponent that made, 4 changes? 5. We're playing against an opponent that's going to be open. If ever there was an advert for you guys to go out and win a game and just do it for the country, this is the game. But anyway, back to the actual analysis of the game. I think it's two sides that are that are not using their chances in the final third. It's two sides that are it's two sides that are playing open and allowing each other to have the ball, allowing each other to play the ball, allowing each other to go into certain areas of the pitch, but they're not playing. They're not finishing. DRC even got a chance where they tried to go around Ronwen instead of just sticking the ball into the corner of the net and taking the goal. So, yeah, it's interesting times. But I do want to see a more interesting game, man. This thing of saying Bafana's heartbroken, DRC is also heartbroken. And we're watching two heartbroken teams play. Instead of two teams that are going, you know what, guys, third place, let's see what we can do. Yeah, so exactly, it's a winning mentality, man. Come out and win. So, yeah, it's very open. They're both getting into each other's final thirds, but the decision-making has been lacking from both teams in terms of actually scoring the goals. So that's what's been holding the game back. We are in the 54th minute. It is 0-0 still currently. DRC made a couple of changes there in the second half to see if they can't do something different here. But here comes the ball over the top. Give it to him. Oh, give it to Mahoba. It's two heartbroken teams, Rolking. They're playing like that. Adams in, Mukweno Sitole out. Yeah, let's see the other players, man. Let's see the other players. Maybe the hunger of finally getting a game can ignite the game somewhat. Definitely last game for some of them. Actually, do you guys think that Tembas One is going to see the next AFCON? What do we think about it? Like, or are we going to play him until he's 40? That's a question we could ask. Some of these players, are they going to be able to see the next AFCON? Do you think Ulu is going to be back? Do you think we should be blooding in other people? Do you think Percy Tau will be back? Aren't these players that should be looking at this and going, hey, let's get a medal, man. Let's get a medal. I see we're readying some changes. I saw Munare getting ready to come on. Tabang says, nope, it is his last. Might not even see the World Cup. Some players are based on their agents' connections, says Gary. So I'm assuming you mean that they're being picked and playing because of their agents. I don't want to speculate, but all I'm saying is I think the next time out. Okay, here's one. We are how many years away? We are 2 years away from the World Cup. Do you think that for the next games we should be blooding in new players? So do you think that the Tembas Ones should start being phased out of the team and we start bringing in other guys? I don't know who, but should they start being phased out? Should we be looking to the future? Or should this be a performance-based thing where the guys who are performing now, Sundowns is probably going to perform for a while in terms of our local football. And Tembas One, even though he's not finishing games, is still going to be the focal point of a lot of what is done at Mamelodi Sundowns. Do you think that he should be phased out of this team and we should be looking elsewhere? Okay, Mahupa's coming off, Apolis is coming on. And then Monare is also making it in for Zwan, yeah. Is it the time? Adams Bukwena Sitole out. Mahupa proved he's not a proper 9. He lacks everything you need from a target man, says Usenzo. Troll King says third place is better than fourth. I agree. Oh, I agree fully there. Mukwena deserves to be on the team of the tournament. So far is leading to the semis. Terrible finishing. Percy out. Nope, it's his last. Might not even see it. This is the perfect game to throw in players that could potentially be there for the next AFCON, says Les T. Actually, Senzo says Mudiba is a better player as an 8. Remember him as Supersport. You don't have to go that long. Remember him at Sundowns. He basically plays 6'8". from the left back side when he plays there. No, how do you remove Messi? Says Lyrical Pope. So this, I'm assuming, is to do with Zwane. Do you remove Zwane, guys? Do you remove Zwane or do you build a new one? Lodge will take over from Zwane even in Bafana, says Flux. Interesting. Lodge is 30. Could have Boma 4 years, 5 years, 6 in South African football terms. Tabang says it must be performance-based. So if Zwane carries on performing, he should be in. Lulu says yes. I'm assuming you're agreeing with, you are saying that they should be out. Yeah, Abuti Kutsa says Lodge is old himself. That's why I'm like, hey, Temba should remain as a confidence anchor carrying Bafana for 4 more years. 4 more years, Gary. He'll be 38 in 4 more years. What happens when he does sit down? Lost played in 2019. Shabalala should be the next Temba Zwane. Lisa says, bring my Emma. Okay. For those who are saying that we should change, is it a worry that none of the people you guys have named right now are in the team in any way, shape, or form? None of the ones that you've named now. Is it a worry that they're not on the bench at least? You know, because it feels as though Bafana Bafana is a starting lineup. You have 11 players. You maybe have 2 guys that you trust off the bench, and then the rest of them are all experimental. Is it an issue that all of the people who are naming here are not in this team? Should they have been brought at least to gain some atmosphere? I don't know. Manamela says performance-based. We have been building forever. So it looks like there's a split. It looks like, you know what? Let me see. I'm gonna run a poll. Let me run a poll. Let me just edit it. I'm gonna start a poll. Should Bafana A, build for the future, or B, play whoever performs? I'm gonna run a poll. So there's gonna be a poll running right now. I'm sorry for the English, guys. But there is a poll that I've started. Is it appearing? But let's see. I'm going to read your comments as well. It's still 0-0, 60 minutes in. Yeah, both teams are still playing very leisurely football. DR Congo has had the bulk of the chances in this game and the better chances. Williams has actually had to touch the ball a few times. I'm not saying that they're incredible, but let's see. Okay, I've got 1 vote so far from Selaelo, who says, play whoever performs. Play whoever performs. Katlego says, I totally disagree with building for the future in a senior team. That's the role of development. Musa says, Ali says, if we build for the future, Bruce must go. Maybe get Tinkler, someone South African. Mike says, maybe Dupria on the side because we need his pace. Mahopa can't play ball. Tabang says, yes, I'm worried. Some of the guys on the bench won't be in the squad soon. I can bet my salary on it. Prince William says, bring Fukeng in the next AFCON. Bruce needs to go after this, says Senzo, out of respect. Tabang says, we're cooking our youngster. The youngster. No, but Naturena, he'll carry the team. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. But this has been the argument. Bruce came in and said that he wants to. Remember when he first arrived, he was like, I don't want to pick up Temba Zwane because they're old. We need to bring in new players into the squad. We need to bring them and blood them in and have them interact with the team. And he was picking up Obas. He was picking very random players who we weren't looking at building for the future. Bolipasa, Bomahopa. And then he switched his tune and brought in the Sundowns players. So I think that's just the age-old argument about a national team. You know, the way I've always understood a national team is that because you don't have the time to sit with the players, because you don't have the necessary games, like having, 30 games in a year in order to be able to really see all of the little nuances and the chemistries and the what that we all speak about when we're saying we're building a team. I've always thought a national team coach's job is to come in and figure out how to get the best players in the country to play the best way. But to be fair, they let us off the hook there. Another chance, DRC, another chance. But to be fair, it seems that football is going towards that way in general. It's less about the superstars and more about players that will fit. The question is, as a national team coach with, there was a high ball in, bobbled, there was a ball in, half clearance from CBC. Williams went out to the left of his box to go and catch the ball and he missed it, and DRC ended up putting the ball just wide. They hit the side netting. So yeah, that was a very tough moment. I don't know what Williams was doing there. But anyway, as I was saying, as a national team coach, and as much as you want to develop a team and grow a team and all of that stuff, you don't sit with all 700 players, eligible players in the league, and be able to take them one by one. I've heard people talk about chemistry. Chemistry is nice, I guess, but then are you sacrificing seeing other players coming into the team that could probably play better in the chemistry because you've chosen them? Like, for example, he seems to have made his mind up with Mahopa. And that's great because I guess Mahopa, results-wise, has been working with his team. But is there another striker that could do the Mahopa role better and is just not getting the chance to play because we're saying these are the chemistry players? That's what happens at a national team. Isn't that the tough thing about a national team? So far, I've only got 4 votes in the poll. 2 people are saying we must build for the future. 2 people are saying we must play whoever performs. Congo has wasted a chance. Congo has wasted quite a few chances this game. And if they don't learn from this, the football gods don't like it when you miss chances. Hate it when you miss chances. So if you don't take your chances here, you're going to get beaten by an odd goal, by a penalty, and it's going to be tough. The only defender I know is Shapang Vala. Give him down. Okay, the poll is running, guys. Please vote in the poll. I want to know how you guys feel. Oh, there we go. Bad shot. Possibly a very bad decision there. There was a 2v1 possibly, but it was a shot. That's what we've been asking for. Mayambela, yeah. Mahopa is Lau Foster's backup plan, says Prince Willem. Yeah, Igwe, that was a very bad shot. The poll, it's meant to appear on the screen. Let me just see from my side. Yeah, so on the top left, under that fitness thing, literally on top of the RSA, if you click on that, you'll be able to vote in the poll. You'll be able to vote in the poll. Guys, Bafana Bafana has improved under Hugo Bruce. But that's the question. The blue icon. Yes, looks the blue icon on the screen. As good as nice. Does Hugo Bruce continue? And let's say Hugo Bruce continues. The fact of the matter is that 2 years' time, we've got the 2026 World Cup and the other AFCON the following year. Will Themba Zwane still be the focal point? You know? And what work will have been done to bring in the players that are going to take over from these guys? Your Percy's, your Themba Zwanes. The other guys I'm not too worried about because it's a fairly young team across the board. So you'll have to move out your Tulus and those type of guys. And are we doing enough to make sure that the replacements are ready? Who are the replacements? I saw people saying Mayema. I saw people saying other players. But those players aren't even in this team now. And then the other question becomes, if Themba Zwane is still the hottest player in the country 2 years from now, if Sundowns maybe wins a Champions League or does well in the AFL and they're still winning the league, and Themba Zwane, even though it can only give you 70 minutes, 75 minutes, is still the main man, do you carry on picking Themba Zwane, or is it unfair? You know? Kwezi says they should have picked Reyners or Mayo. What shot from an overseas-based player? You guys love saying overseas. Overseas where? Stenzo says CBC is a good defender. He's such a good player for Pirates. He could easily make legendary status. Misunderstood says we don't need Hugo Bruce to keep the standard. I don't know how. Us in this group alone can fly another 11 that can beat this Bruce team. Hey, says Ali. Ding, ding. And that's where the issue in the country comes. That's where the issue in the country comes. I feel like when we're hiring national team coaches, we want them to be long-term jobs. And it's also something that we see a lot in South Africans, actually. It's something we see a lot in South Africans. I'll give you an example. And guys, please, okay, not us. I'm a South African, so I'm speaking in terms of South Africans. We struggle with that. I'm a Chiefs fan, and I know I mentioned this a lot, but I'm mentioning it so that we can speak about it. I'm a Chiefs fan. Middendorp arguably has done the best in terms of Chiefs coaching in the last 8 years, right? But he got fired. Everybody wanted him out. But you are still willing to give Atta Zwane a 5-year project after that, for example. Is that not a South African problem? Because Bruce doesn't play the way we want him to play, doesn't want to do all the things, he's literally finishing third. At an AFCON. Something that has not been done, can finish third, has not been done in 24 years. Yet we are still willing to let him go. And I can bet you, if we say Eric Tinkler takes the job, you're going to give him a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year contract. Based off of nothing. Shouldn't Hugo Bruce, by the virtue of this performance, shouldn't he carry on? Because he did well. Whether we want him, whether we say it's bad or he didn't play the way we want, hasn't he earned the right to coach this team further? Hasn't he, guys? If we're being 100% honest. At least Maposa can play midfield now that Mashego is in. Do you know what I wanted Mashego to be in? I wanted Mashego to be in a back three. So play Mashego, Mvala, Kekana. Then allow Mudiba to play in the midfield. That's literally what Sundowns does. Mudiba plays defense, but he has AB behind him. He has Libusa when Libusa's playing. He has Mashiko sometimes. And then you can allow Mudiba to play midfield and become an additional midfielder. And then when we go into defense, he goes into the left back position. Right on the edge of our box, Congo has a free kick. Let's see. Tinkler is not an experienced international coach. Stop playing with fire. Bruce should remain. No. I just used Tinkler as an example. It's precisely why I used it as an example. Would you guys be more lenient on a lesser experienced South African coach than a guy who we don't like, who comes from overseas, who has gotten us to the semifinals of the AFCON? It feels that way. And I used the Middendorp example for a reason. Middendorp got us within a day of winning the league. Surely that's a guy who's earned the right to come back the following season. Hugo Bruce has gotten us to the semifinals. Surely that's a guy who's earned us a chance to go to the... Cease! Hi, dear Congo. Alone with the ball, dropping nicely, and he hit it over. No, dear Congo is... guys. Hi, what a miss. What a miss. That was a miss and a half.
Yo. I sharp. Okay.
That was a miss and a half. Let's see. But I want you. That's what I'm saying. This is why I'm having this conversation. It's literally in the comments right now. Senzo says Pizzo should be the new coach. People have been saying that Hugo Bruce must go. Misunderstood says yes, it would be better with a local coach. Senegal are winning with their local coach. Skurina says we need results, not about being lenient. Hugo Bruce must stay. Luke says the problem with coaches like Middendorp, he is the plumber of note. But Luke's, that plumber has done better than every single other coach that has come after him, barring Gavin Hunt, who did better in the Champions League. But even in that, second, final day, how many coaches within the league, since Middendorp left, within the whole league, how many of them have gotten to that point? Sundowns has won by 16 points, 13 points, 16 points, 13 points, 10 points, or was it 9 points? Then there was the Chiefs one. So from the time Middendorp left and before Middendorp, how many coaches have done that? Nje. So we're calling him a plumber, right? But that plumber did the best. So you see Hugo Bruce, a lot of people don't rate him coaching wise and all of that stuff, but he's done the best. Should he not? For that reason, carry on. Lulu says they're definitely going to regret the chances. Igwe says at this point it seems Bafana came with Muti. Aha. Oh, Lucas Khatebe next to Neil Tovey. Neil Tovey, who's in the structures right now. I'm like, when watching DRC players kick, I feel like I know the DRC players have been bad. Fistin Maele, the guy who was promising us hands because he didn't have his visa wasn't accepted to get into South Africa. His visa was actually not accepted to get into a lot of countries when he was playing for Pyramids. Here he is. That was a striker that should have been playing in a serious game. Why are you ahead? I'm watching. Where are you watching it on, Africa? Because I'm watching it on SuperSport here in SA. I know you're in New York. I don't know if you're streaming it somewhere. Or who's got the rights there in the US. My question is simple. Will we even qualify for the World Cup at this rate? I don't know. But again, the closest we've come in recent memory came with Hugo Bruce, and Ghana had some questionable calls in our game. Mr. Anastu says, bring back Mashaba. Yo, guys, bring back Mashaba. Bring back Mashaba. Benny McCarthy is also young and can coach Bafana for years. That's a good shout. Benny McCarthy did well in the PSL recently. Coached in Europe. He's coaching at Manchester United. Has the pedigree. That could be good. Mayele may just use his chance well today. Let's see. He promised us. Remember, he promised us hands. Or not us. Sundowns. He promised Sundowns hands. I would rather lose the ball. I'd rather lose while playing attacking football than this rubbish. That's another view. Sinja says. Luke says plumbers are not consistent. They can't sustain performances. They're always under pressure. But Flukes, would you rather have a plumber that gave you a very good season or a very good coach, quote unquote, who's always finishing number 5? This is the dilemma of South African football. Benny McCarthy will come with Man United omens. Giants are just too dejected. Let's not read too much from this game. Yeah, Bongani, I don't want to read too much in the game, but it's sad, man. This is a medal game, guys. You can't let them go because they're dejected. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't, guys. I can't. Think about how many players are dying to play this game. Think about how many players since 2000 have been dying to finish number 3. Think about how many times we've complained as South Africans. We've complained as South Africans about, AFCON, can't even qualify for AFCON. Yeah, AFCON, we know was Banbadi. Yeah, this and that. We're staring at a chance to win a medal and we're going, no, guys, don't worry about that. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm streaming from the Bein Sport app. We have a watch party here. And the apps in general have been slow. Our app, the Dstv stream app, and also the live streams that have been on Facebook and on SABC Plus and those type of things, they're usually about a minute behind when the game is on live. So we see it even with our local PSL games. If you watch on the streaming apps, it's usually about a minute behind the actual gameplay, which is interesting if it's the app. Sinja says, I will take number 5 any day. Okay, you see. Senzo says, Apoli's best moment was him dribbling 2 Sundowns players. Tavang says, I'm judging if you don't bring back the medal. Yeah, I'm judging, guys. Mashaba took his under-23 team to the national team and they did very well. But misunderstood. When was that, guys? But no, it is true. He did well. I still think we should be coaching by committee now. I still think that if you bring in Mashaba, that's fine. But I think that you should have a committee of current coaches. So your current under-23 coach should be there. And I think he is, David Notwan, even though the under-23s don't get much gameplay. You should have some current PSL coaches, if not all of them, available for like, not team building. What am I saying? Not team building, but there should be like conference calls and things like that with all of the coaches in the PSL who are currently coaching, who are active right now. You should have things like that. You should have your COSAFA coach should be sitting there. Ramo Rebuli should have been part of this thing because he was the one who was coaching these teams for a while. So for me, all of these people, it should be a committee of people that are involved in Bafana Bafana, right? It should be a committee. When your coach comes in and says, I want to do 1, 2, and 3, 4, all of the coaches should be given the mandate and say, okay, this is what I'd like to see. Which players do you suggest? This is how we can make your players better. Guys, rugby is light years ahead because they do this type of thing. But yeah, anyway, I've mentioned that before. Plumbers are called when situations are bad, just to stop leaks. They're also good for patching leaks. Mara looks Senpechile. Thieves finished second. He got fired. Mpechile. They couldn't take it forward. And also, if my plumber comes in and patches, what are the way Jose Rivero was called the plumber, and then he plumbed so well that he won 2 trophies. I don't know. I don't think I'm calling somebody else, because then Lo Muntu is going to shine on the work of the plumber. The plumber should get some time. But we have this. Cross it back, Mihlali. Mihlali. You guys have had only a couple of chances. Why did it? Man. Species, the reason we're still in the game. Bronze is better than nothing, says Lobbyist. Igor says, Congo, what nonsense are you playing? Luke says, no team wants to win a league. No team that wants to win a league will call Middendorp. Funny enough, the last team that almost could take a league was Middendorp's team. Kashanti, fine, you didn't want to call him. He came and he almost won the, guys, that's unfair. Now we're being unfair. We're being unfair. Nobody rated Bruce highly when he came in, if we're being 100% honest as South Africans. But he's got us to a semi-final. We can't then say, no team would call him. We called him and he came and he did the business. Everybody else who's been called hasn't done the business. Are we not being unfair, guys? That's unfair. And I'm not saying I like the guy. I'm not saying I like Middendorp. I'm not saying I like the football we're playing under Middendorp. I'm not saying I like the football we're playing under Hugo Bruce. But he's done the job. He did the job. He did the job. It's unfair, guys. No, it's unfair. Like, I understand everything else, but it's unfair, guys. The guys in charge of Safa never played football. They have no vision, says good is nice. Mudiba easily loses the ball in attacking. And Kayuka, it's the point I was making earlier about discipline. That's the point I'm making. I think Mudiba is incredible. He's incredible at Sundowns because he's forced to be disciplined. He knows that at Sundowns, if I don't do my job or the job that I've been put on the pitch to do properly, there's somebody who's going to replace me now. Pesitau knows that if I don't do the job properly when he's playing at Al Ali, he knows he can be replaced. But the issue is, at Bafana Bafana, he understands that even if I play badly, I'm going to be selected tomorrow because of my play at Sundowns. Even if I play badly at Bafana Bafana, I'm going to be selected because of my play at Al Ali. They lose their positional and they play discipline. Mudiba is incredible. I give him some benefit of the doubt because Mudiba has played differently at a club level. He's not a traditional left back. He doesn't usually play a sitting left back in a 4. He's usually a left wing back in a 5. But they lose that discipline when they get to Bafana Bafana. And I think Bruce has to address those type of things when we come and play these games. He has to address it. And part of the way you address it is Mudiba can't be your only person. Then you look at the bench and it's Mashihu who doesn't play at Sundowns. It can't be that Pesitau sits there, looks at the team and goes, he looks at the bench and goes, who's going to replace me? Somebody said it earlier. Who's going to replace Pesitau in this team? He plays for Al Ali, Inter-Club Player of the Year. He's got caps, he's got this, he's got that, he's got that, he's got that, right? But when he's not performing, what happens? What happens when he's not performing? When Makhupa's not playing well, for example, wouldn't it be nice to have a Mayo on the bench? Not even for the sake that Mayo is great and all of that stuff. Mayo is one of the scoring players in the league. Maybe I have to throw my eyes over to the bench every now and then and say, hey, yes, sir, somebody could take my job. Somebody could take my job here. But anyway, that's what you asked. A thorough system from bottom to top. Until then, we'll keep seeing such. I don't know about you, but Mudiba is overrated. I like Mudiba. He's played differently. That was supposed to be a goal. Mbela's a great performance. I give up. Yo, what a chance. He wasn't called to win the league at Chiefs. It was just a fluke. Flukes, but that's not the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is you called him. He did the job. There's the goal. DRC. Last minute. Fiston. No, guys, DRC. Yeah. They've had too many chances, man. They made too many chances, man. But yeah, what I'm saying is, Flukes, besides it, Kulu again, besides everything, whether we believed in Bruce, whether we believed in Middendorp, they've done the job. Do they not deserve the chance to carry on, guys? That's unfair. Whether you are called in as a plumber or not as a plumber. Mike says Wednesday they play like Sundays and today they're playing like Chiefs. The last game they were playing tactically exactly like Chiefs. Love your work, man. We need to talk. Hey, no problem, my guy, no problem. Let me know in the DMs. We can speak. Africa, USA. Luke says Bruce won AFCON. No, I know. I understand. But what I'm saying is no South African rated him. Tepang says, who's this short here, number 7? Number 7, Tiangana. Calling for Bruce to be fired is unfair, but with Middendorp, I support them Taungs. You see, all I'm saying is football belongs to the players. Bruce proved himself. Has Middendorp won any league? Bruce proved himself. Guys. Oh, how many coaches have won the league in the past 8 years? That are not Sundowns coaches. So are all of them bad? Is Jose Rivero automatically bad because he hasn't won the league? Guys. You guys, Mara. You guys. Flukes, he won AFCON and took us to the semis. We can't compare him to the AFCON. When last, Taban? When last has the coach finished 2 points behind Sundowns? 5 points? 9 points? When last? Which coach has done that? Which coach? Any team. I'll wait. Any team. Which coach has done that? But yeah, it's fine, guys. It's fine. It's okay. Brooks hasn't proved anything. Marachens, why are people, they forget to play to score? Since Zwane went out, there's no creativity in midfield. South Africans are confused, man. They don't know what they want. Hugo Bruce Kincha, 100%. And also, I'm not saying that Hugo Bruce must stay indefinitely. I'm not saying that he must get a 4-year contract automatically. I'm saying that he's earned a chance to go forward with it. That's what I'm saying. If he flops, he flops. That's life. Okay, Bafana Bafana. Hey, DRC has been trying to steal it Kari last minute. I do agree with one of the comments here. It's the football gods. If you don't take your chances, the football gods will punish you. The football gods will punish you. Cape Verde had all of the chances. No, guys. DRC doesn't want to win this game. DRC doesn't want to win this game. Bafana success belongs to the players. Pasa want to better. Kulu again. But that's it. You're winning the bronze. This is ours. Anyway, yeah. Hey, I've been speaking about the other ones too long. Imagine having lunch and Zwane, Loch and Zwane at this one. Bruce out. He's been riding luck. Bafana is not cohesive. Tabang says same chance Cape Verde missed against us. Same chance we missed against Nigeria. That last one. Steph says, I blame the kids. Can we retire? Yes, Steph. I just don't want them to wear the black one. They mustn't wear the black one and give this nyama to Banyana. They must keep the white one. 7 Apple is giving him a hope. Bobby has been looking for strikers here. Honestly, Mudiba, today, worst performance. Bruce is good. but it does not know how to attack. Mayambela and Mahupa, Waban. Is it funny, Mukoro? If I say that it feels as though with South African football, we plan everywhere else but in front. It almost feels like in front you need to have great luck or super quality in order for the front to work. It's almost like they leave them to their own devices and they say, go, run, play. Go out there, we'll see what happens later on in front. Because a lot of South African teams, I always ask, when you watch South African football, even Bafana, where does the move start and where does the move end? And are we doing it consistently enough that you can see, oh, this is how they build up. Okay, the ball goes to this one, then it goes to this one, then we play it in like this, and then the striker is meant to do this, that's how we score. Or it's this one and that one, then that one has to do, like, we don't even have a move. And I guess at national team level, it may not be something that you'll see a lot because they don't have the time to work on it. But when you watch South African football as a whole, and you think about tactically, how many teams have a thing where you go, okay, the defense got it here, then he gives it to Mudiba. Mudiba plays it like this because that one is going to make a run there and it's going to open up a space. You get me? Like, for example, a lot of people have been saying Mahopa is such a great target man and he's playing in the center so he can pull out the center backs so that there's space in behind. But then Mahopa's on the left-hand side and you're like, okay, there goes that plan. There goes that plan. It doesn't look like they're playing that. But anyway, we're going into extra time. I always laugh at matches like this because you end up speaking about other things and we end up engaging about other things than the match. We're going into extra time. Let me open again. Guys, remember, I'm going to open and we can have a discussion about what we've seen here. Trent, Lulu, the boss lady, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifts. Malube Kuto, how are you, my brother?
I see I'm a penalty.
I'm a penalty. Is it straight
Yeah,
pens?
straight
Oh,
pens.
hi then. We're going into penalties. Okay. How do you feel about this game?
No, stepfather captured it very well for me.
Yeah.
I was listening to him half time. He captured it very well to say, you can try, but to dig deep when you could literally taste and touch the final is very difficult.
Straight.
So for me, how stepfather captured it says it all. Nati as a fans, we really not in this game. We are trying to watch. We are pushing ourselves.
And asiluanga. Straight.
Asiwang.
Yes. Atupinda le nto ngiqeda ukuyikhuluma.
Wait, guys. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Decorum, guys.
He does not want to know. So, man, good tournament. Whatever happens now happens. I would love to get a bronze medal. I just hope Williams can pull out 4 saves and find himself Saudi Arabia alongside Tebogo Mokoena so that we can compete with a certain team.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Uti. I have no hard feelings about this game. It's okay.
No, thank you. Malube Kuto, let's go to Usinje. Sinje. Oh, Usinje. Okay, Looks, I'm going to call you in. We'll go back to Usinje.
Sure, Ochi.
Hey, Looks.
No, I thought maybe I was mute.
No, man.
Yeah, no, I wanted to engage you on the issue, Middendorp and that guy, and then Bros. You see, Bros proving himself at Cameroon. He was roped in because he has won something.
Okay.
So you spoke about something to say that when Middendorp came this side, how could Middendorp win when Sundowns is this strong?
the first time Mirandor touched down in South Africa, Kaizer Chiefs was one of the best teams. He failed then.
Yeah.
So you have no leg to stand to defend Mirandor.
No,
Even
no,
when he
no,
was called
Stooks.
a Chiefs,
Uh,
let me just wrap it up.
uh,
I think he came in after Solinas, right? Or what
no,
was
no,
it
before
that?
Solinas, he won a trophy.
It was,
Yeah.
who was the first coach? He was replacing who?
He was replacing, it was back then. I think it was after Papic or
Ted
something
Dimitri.
like that.
Zara Ted Dimitrov VV.
Yeah.
Somewhere there. Maybe. Yeah. But like, okay, when they called him this time around, things were not okay. It's like the same way he was called into what's the team? The Cape
Cape Town
Town.
Spurs.
Yeah, he's always called in such cases where a team is like he's facing relegation
Yeah.
and they put him through. He can't plan for the future, that guy.
But has he ever gotten the chance to? Yes, Lukes. Has he ever gotten the
To do
chance
what?
to plan for the
He
future?
he was given a chance at Chiefs. He failed.
He wasn't.
That
He was
was the
given one
perfect question.
season and he was fired at the end of the season when we
But
finished
he had the
second.
best. No, not that time. But the first time he came around,
He won a trophy. The drought started with Steve.
No, I'm
Vermezovic
talking
then
about-
Steve. The first
let's
time he
remember-
came.
yeah. The first time he came before Steve or after Steve.
Before Steve,
The
he
first
won a
time.
trophy. He was one of the guys that won a
Yes.
trophy. I forgot which trophy he
Yeah.
won. I think it was MTN 8 or NetBank or something like
Yeah.
that.
Let's talk about the league. The trophies, anyone can win a trophy. A league, not a best coach to coach top 3 teams, he must prove himself with the league. Even now, the Orlando Pirates coach,
Yeah.
the one thing that he needs to cement himself as a better coach, it's the league.
I'm
Whereas
gonna have to rush you though.
What?
Eh.
Okay,
But
no.
okay,
Ah,
before
let's
you go,
stop
before you
that.
go,
Yeah.
how many Chiefs coaches have won the league? Nje, since the PSL era.
No, I'll make a case with who's this guy who also coached Bafana Bafana. Besides Ted Dimitri, yeah.
Baxter came after a how long drought of the league?
The last person who took it was Ted Dimitri, I think. Ne?
2004.
Then-
So there's
yeah,
only
and
a
then
handful of
Baxter-
Chiefs. It's 3 coaches that Chiefs.
Who
both-
cares?
3 that have won. Yeah,
Who
I'm just
cares?
saying. 3 coaches
Who
that
cares?
have won. 2 coaches.
Who
So
cares?
saying the league is the Chiefs thing, guys. But anyway, we're getting distracted, guys. I'm gonna kick you all off because it's the penalties. Tebogo Mokoena is taking our first penalty. Tebogo Mokoena is taking our first penalty and he misses it. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Just got distracted there. We've missed our first penalty. Tebogo Mokoena. Cross again, upright. Hey, he's had a tough time, man. He's had a tough time. He scored 1 and he's missed 2. So he must only take them. He must only take them. He must only take them during the in game. That's all he needs to do. Okay. Yes, he's taking their first penalty. How do we love pins but miss all the time? Like, we hope that Ronwin does a Mazda. Oh, yes, what a penalty. Yo. What a penalty, guys. Top corner. Jesus. Williams used up all his penalties, man. It looks like Williams used up all of his penalties. Am I frozen? Okay, no, I thought I was frozen there. Oh, Smithy, the man who takes Pirates is king penalties. Let's see what he can do. Some of us called for him to take a penalty. This is the time where we see whether our calls were right. Oh, there we go. CBC puts it away. 1-1. We have missed one. Specie puts it away. Specie puts it away. We should learn to win games in the 90s. Yeah, we should, eh? We should, eh? Bafana should not lose this game. I will lose a bet.
The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
Let's see. DR Congo with their second penalty. Oh. They've studied Williams, eh? They've studied Williams. They've scored their second penalty. They are currently in front. If they carry on scoring, they win the game because we missed our first penalty. We missed our first penalty. Bruce won't take us anywhere. We won't go to the World Cup, I tell you, says Real Man 325. Hey, Munare. Hey. Keep almost got a hand to it. Keep almost got a hand to it. Where were these penalty takers during the other games? Where were these penalty takers? Load shedding. Unlucky, guys. Unlucky. Where were these guys? Why did Mahupa take a penalty when BC and those guys were here? I don't understand. Williams. They've got him. Hey, they've got him down. They've got him down. Williams dives a lot. They've got him down. They're hitting them down the center. Yahambi bronze medal. How are you doing, Timmy? I can't afford to lose this bet. Losing bets. Didn't Mudiba miss one? Mudiba missed one last time. But he's going to make amends. There we go. Now people are waking up and going, oh, it's a third place, eh? Now I see guys are waking up there on the bench. They didn't wake up during the game. Now, when it's the last kicks. Yeah, Williams needs to do something here. Thank you, my brother Lemo. Thank you so much. It's straight there, like it's like they got told before going into this game that guys, all you need to do to beat Williams, just keep it in the middle-ish. You can go a little bit to the side, a little bit, but he's gonna dive all the way to the side. Unlucky boy. Maybe if he stands still. The last penalty must just stand still. Who's this? Le Pasa. I mean, kudos to him for stepping up again. Like, kudos to Mukwena for having the courage to step up again. Kudos to Mudiba. Kudos to Le Pasa. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Better one. 4-4. Now it comes down to Williams to do the business. Williams has to do the business. You know what's crazy? I watched when you were speaking about the third place playoff. You see, Lucas looks stressed. Lucas cares about this third place because he comes from those guys needed to win everything. They needed to win everything. You can tell. We need to. I want this medal so bad, man. I want this medal so bad. Williams must just stand still. He must try something new. What a save. What a save. He's learning. What a save. He's learning. Oh, now we're going into the sudden death of penalties. You should just stand still, man. Don't move. You should just stand still. Look, they were getting ready to celebrate. Williams was like, I've still got one more penalty in me. Who's stepping up? Who's stepping up from outside? Now we're in sudden death. Everybody needs to score. Come back, Anjani. Cargo, we are 4-4. We're now in sudden death. Our police is stepping up to take a penalty. Oh, okay. I didn't know you could take penalties. Okay, our police. Yeah, 45. Yo, what am I doing? 5-4. Here comes Williams. Here comes Williams. Here comes Williams. He's got another one. Where were these penalties?
Father God, send help. It's tough.
Send help, man. It's tough, man. Okay, let's see. I see when it gets into sudden death, you can save them. These guys don't take penalties normally. Clearly he does. 5-5. 5-5 is the score. Can I say something about South Africa's number 9? The load shedding hit you. Sorry, Refi. At least you're not watching the stress live, guys. It's 5-5. 5-5. Ulu. Is Ulu a good penalty taker? Okay, well done, Ulu. I didn't have trust there, but he put it away. Why is it up to me? Why are you blaming me for the load shedding? No, man.
Bathi ushika ngesulu njalo. Oh, kakase. What kakase? What kakase? Why you kakaseling, my brother? Relax, go.
Troll King, this is what I was saying. Where were these people? Oh, Williams. This is the save. This is our bronze medal. This is our bronze medal. Third place. And there we have it, guys. There we have it. South Africa, third place, bronze medalist, the third best team in AFCON, an AFCON that we thought they weren't going to get to. When people said they won't qualify for AFCON.
Who cares?
When people said, hey, you can't even beat Lesotho before leaving the country.
Who cares?
When people said, you're not going to make it out of your group.
Who cares?
Hey, Tunisia is better.
Who cares?
Hey, Morocco is the #1 country in the world. In Africa.
Who cares?
Yeah, who are you gonna beat? You're gonna beat, eh? Cape Verde is the most informed. They score all their goals.
Who cares?
When they said the boys are mentally out here, yeah, they can't. We should just let them go.
Who cares?
Place, man. Bronze is there. We enter through the window. Sirema says we enter through the window, man. Any hole you can get into, we enter. Guys, we are officially bronze medalists. The third place, the third best team. And all of you are playing it cool. All of you guys were playing it cool. I don't want to hear the coolness now. I don't want to hear the coolness, the calmness. You guys were fine with it. Yes, we need. Kumnandi. Nandu kuina, man. Malume Kutso.
Mr. OT.
Nandu kuina, man. Oh.
I think he just bought his ticket, eh? Well, the ticket was there. It's now in an envelope. How are you, Hambu Williams? How are you, Hambu Williams? Back to Onyango.
Yeah.
No more playing from the back. Back to Onyango. Don't press Onyango, man. Azalna. Yeah,
Hey man, that was a good game, man. That was a good game.
Dash me.
Wait, what's happening? I'm
it's
coming.
Yeah,
Dash me, I'm coming. Let me just get everybody
Okay.
in. Wait, okay, no. Kutso's gone. Oh no. Okay, Manume Kutso, finish off.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Williams, great tournament, Mahopa, great tournament, Mokwena, great tournament, the two defenders, great tournament all around. At least if we are something, we can say we are the third best, and it can improve our rankings. Now it's time, which is what began in Nigeria. For the World Cup, we don't compromise with that one. We need to beat them. Plus, I see we are now international on the platform.
Yes.
Please, guys, don't go away. We will meet at the World Cup qualifier.
I will meet tomorrow.
No,
I see the final tomorrow.
We will be watching the final, but the affair between Nigeria and South Africa, it's not over. We are coming.
Okay. Touch me. Touch me, you can jump in.
Look, man. I will tell you that the entire there's a feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to say is this, right? South Africa has the best football club team in the entire Africa, from their league to the team, because all the players that they have there, those are homegrown players. Okay, so when you look at the Nigeria match, right? One, they are playing Nigeria, they outplay them. Strategically, they outmatch them. In terms of physically, they beat Nigeria. Looked like they were not ready for the game. It looked like they were scared from zero to the end. Okay, it was just merely luck. That is why we were able to win that game. Now, when it comes to this game, if you look at the way they were playing, I feel like Congo outplayed South Africa. I don't know why. They had the ball more. They had more chances. They were more focused. It appeared like South Africa wasn't serious about winning the broom, but luckily they did. Now, the issues about the goalkeeper is this, right? The problem that they have is that your keeper, when it comes to the penalty, I think he kind of exposed himself, because now all Africans, even the world, let me not say Africa, everybody in the world knows that South Africa has the best goalkeeper. And whenever they step into that box to take a shot, they will be more strategic against him. So I would say congrats to South Africa for winning the broom. this is a very good thing for African football, especially knowing that these people are people that they didn't come from Europe, bro. These are people playing in the local African league. Just imagine they win bronze. Morocco gone, Egypt gone, Tunisia, all of them they gone. But South Africa is here, and they have built their team. In June, when we're gonna meet for World Cup, I think that will determine whether South Africa is a solid team or not. Because I feel like there's a high chance for you guys beating Nigeria in June for the World Cup.
Okay. How do you think tomorrow's gonna go?
Tomorrow, I'm highly doubt, because one thing about Nigeria is that once you give them chance, we tend to be like into ourselves, and before we know, we lost our chances. Remember, in Cameroon, 2 years ago in Cameroon, in our group stage, we beat all the team with 9 points in our group. On this knockout stage, they knock us out. So tomorrow, I think it will go to penalty.
Okay.
If Ivory Coast score first, then Nigeria might come back. But if Nigeria score first, then they are out. Because once Nigeria score, the defense will be locked completely.
Okay. No. Dashmi, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, I see 500 people here, but I don't see any follows because we're gonna do this tomorrow. We do this a lot. I don't see people clicking follow to join. Come on, guys, let's go. Kumo, it's so nice, man. It's so nice to have a medal, man.
Hey, shout one anything, ne? But I'm happy for the boys, man. I was gonna be shady, but Dashmi's such a nice guy, man. So today I'm a nice boy. Yeah, man. Third place, considering that we were never given a chance to actually reach the last 8. Now that we made it to last 4, officially we're number 3. It's a result final, but I'm glad. I'm proud of my boys, ish. Or like Butler name back to SA so we can properly welcome them.
You must go to the airport, man.
But you know, as a Sundowns player, man, I'm gonna cry because at least three of my boys are gonna go overseas, man. Are gonna go overseas. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I would look who's so excited, as if like losing Ronwen Williams is gonna make him score against us. You saw the pass, you saw Mokopa was as if you're gonna
beef, man. Oh.
No beef, but I'm just saying, like some people though, yeah. But yeah, man, you know what, ne? It's been a while since we've been in such a stage, performing at such high levels. But one thing, our defense, I think we've got the best defense. Like, I don't know, bruh. Like, this defense, wow. Kudos to you, Bruce. I'm not his fan, but I respect him. And yeah, well done, guys. Well done. Tomorrow, as much as Dashmi was nice, and I hope they lose. I hope Nigeria loses. I love them, but hey, Cote d'Ivoire needs to win this one for the noise pollution. I can't.
You guys, they're bringing beef into the international matches. It's fine. Sapang, people were playing it cool. They were playing it cool. The third place doesn't matter. Can we get a medal? There's a medal.
No, medal a e tlile ra e lebohela re ka se hana ke re re winne game ka dipelo, so medal re tlo e nka. But I think it's high time South African players start respecting themselves and start respecting football, because there is a lot of talent. Actually, we have seen already talented thing. It's not like talent. I mean, can you imagine if you had the likes of Bumbule on form, Boloch on form? Where we would be? Probably Gabriel finally. So I think the players, it's high time now. They must start respecting football and look after themselves and just play football and respect themselves and stay fit. You know, I feel like right now, SA football is in a good space. I don't know influencer Motsepe, Irisa, how far, I know, but it looks like we're in the right direction. One thing I've learned is that we do have a goalkeeper. We've got a good defense in South Africa. We've got midfield that needs to be tweaked here and there.
Okay.
And we are basically need to look into reinforcing strike. If we have to the coach and build strikers in the PSL, then so be it. But it looks like one position e leng hore needs attention for me in this tournament was the striking force. All these other areas for me, I think, yeah, they were very solid for me. That's what I take from this tournament.
Okay, no. Tsepang, thank you so much. Let me go to Flux. Flux, now Meran. Flux, we've got a Meran. Flux, man. I even saw Hugo Bruce running like a madman. It's nice to win, guys.
But I saw him celebrating right after the game, heading to the penalties.
Yeah,
Already
because it
was
hit him.
celebrating before the penalties, man.
It hit him.
Yeah.
It hit him.
No, but it's a nice thing. Although I feel like Congo wanted it more than
Yeah,
us.
that's true.
Yeah, we were just there to play. And there's nothing we can write home about from today's game. Yeah, yeah, we've seen a lot from the previous game. Yeah, no, but it was a good tournament, especially for South Africa. But for me, the only difference that we can breed is for, except Sundowns, all the other teams, if they can be serious when it comes to your CAF Champions League and the Confederations Cup, I think that will put will elevate us even more. Because if all the other teams were like performing well at continental level, then I think we would have brought even a best squad for this tournament. So yeah, I think we'll be unplayable if all these teams were performing.
Okay, no.
So, but yeah, it's up to the other teams. If they don't want Bafana Bafana to be dominated by Sundowns players, they need to be intentional when it comes to like CAF Champions League. Yeah, because the only thing that can improve us, it's if you are second best in South Africa, you have to prove yourself in a continent as well, and you have a chance to salvage like your trophy cabinets. If you don't win the league, you can win the Champions League. No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
You know, we have our talks on the show properly.
Yeah, no, I want to join there, but I can't. I don't know how, man.
You want to join? No, you join like now, but it's fine. Monday.
Okay, maybe if you can just provide a guiding video there on YouTube how to do it, because I've been trying to do that thing, but I'm failing.
Okay. No stress.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Lux. Austin Tabi, at least take your medal. You got a medal, Austin Tabi. There's a medal that came in, man.
Oti, before ke bua ka medal, ha ke kgone lo ba happy. Because Eskom o kena ka di stage 6 exactly ka 10 o'clock ke hanka electricity. How can tlogala ho gawa 5 penalty? Ise bile le 9 pass corner ke bona the last penalty. Ha ke a bona game ke bohloko ka South Africa ka Bafana rona re tlamang ebe ga e shebella metlakase ya diwa. Ha ka e bona game mara ke happy for Bafana mara I elwa ditsi mo Eskom ha ka lokise dintho e ska ga bapala rugby ya ba mtlakase ha o waya ha rona bapala Bafana o bapala soccer ntwe ga twang ke batho ba batho mtlakase o duletse howa awa even na kontse I just ke botlhoko hampe OT ya ke a bona game ne ke dutse fatshe ke mametse ka radio ya phone ke dutse so ke botlhoko godi why ha ile tse ding di sa diwi why ba bapala cricket why ba bapala di rugby why di sa diwi why soccer ile yona ntho e leng hateful kana re ntseng yo
Hai, Austin Tabi.
Anyway, re thabile Bafana ba tlatla ba tshwere something ka matsong ha ba khutli ba le fela.
Okay, Austin Tabi. Thank you, Austin Tabi. Guys, just to translate, guys, in SA, for those who are watching listening from other countries, we won, firstly, South Africa won, they won the bronze, but then what Austin Tabi was talking about is that we have load shedding right now, so a lot of South Africans couldn't watch the rest of that match because the electricity got switched off. for a little bit there. We have staged switch-offs. So it didn't happen during the rugby. When the rugby guys were going into the World Cup and they were getting far in that competition, it carries on happening when we were watching Bafana Bafana, even though they got to the semis and all of that. And she was just complaining that we really want to watch these games, but yeah, they just close it down. Psycho Gardens, how are you?
Hey, I'm okay, man. How are you doing?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Look, I've got a medal from this tournament, so
Ah,
I'm happy.
for sure, man. But the only thing that we are forgetting as South Africans is we should understand where we come from as Bafana Bafana. Yabo.
Mm.
For example, Bafana Bafana, when they entered the AFCON tournament,
Mm.
they were the least supported people. They were the least supported team.
That's
And
true.
then they made it and broke records and even went to the and even now they even got third place. No, guys, whether we like it or not, these boys have made us proud. And we have to come to a conclusion whereby we need to just support Mfethu till the day where it comes to a point where it's in. Okay, Bafana seniyabheda manje. Mase bebheda sobatshela, we'll let them know. But no, I mean they've made me proud, man. And I'm planning. I'm even like making sure ukuthi I'm doing my research ukuze ngibe khona lapha airports when they arrive, just to show them appreciation and show them ukuthi we have their back, man.
Okay, no, Psycho guys, thank you so much. Let me go to 01. How are you? 01 Faith.
015. Just how to use it.
What? How are you feeling, man? Me now, I've got a bronze medal. I'm happy.
Yeah, no, hey, let's be honest. I'm very happy and nice. The boys, they went there to fight and then they fought. But then this uncle of yours, I don't know if he's a cousin or what. He must stay away from penalties.
Now you want to bring up my surname, man. He was scoring for us.
Yeah. This guy, I saw him miss 3 penalties in the space of what, 5 months? Come on, But then otherwise, what a quality play is. So I think this one should go to English Premier League, to be honest. Mugwen is a top player. The problem with our team, front line, Why are we playing Maseko? Not Maseko, man. Morena.
Morena Mahopa.
Not Mahopa. Mahopa sharp. Problem, we're playing defenders as wing forwards. And then just the machine, what? Kiss left back, but the next thing, Warlock as again. Otherwise, that's why Rodrick not didn't change. So I believe all these games not. And then but then otherwise the boys did well. So let's go to the Artamba. But the Monday. Kare no longer off roba otherwise Tuesday. But then
Why let's not be off Tuesday, man? Can you leave, man?
I'm not the employee.
No. 0155, man. Thank you for joining me, my brother. Hey, Bar. Can you leave,
Sure.
man? Put in that leave request. Welcome to the show. How are you? There we go.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, man. Good tournament overall for us, man. All I want to say is congratulations to Bafana. I really needed this bronze medal so bad, man. Funny enough is that we got it. Even though we played so terrible, I feel like we had so much possession that we didn't do anything productive with it. But overall, just congratulations to the boys. At least now the whole country know how it feels like to be a Mamelodi Sundowns supporter, eh? So now we can...
There they are. Hey, Barra.
Yeah, but anyway, congratulations to the boys. And now the focus is on the World Cup qualifiers, man. Nigeria is the team that is standing between us and qualification. I hope we make it through. I really hope we go through, man. It's going to be tough, eh?
Oh God. Yeah, it's not going to be tough. We're winning.
We're winning. Yeah, I
We're
hope so.
winning.
Hey, I really, really
No.
hope so.
Thank you, thank you,
But
thank you
yeah,
so much.
guys,
Ah.
let's just meet at OR Tambo, guys, and show support to the boys. Eh?
No, thank you so much, Katlego. Let me go to Stormy. Stormy, I was just translating, Stormy. Pela is international now.
Yeah, Papa. Why not?
What did you think of this game in the bronze medal?
Yeah, hey, OT, no, I am very happy that at least we earned something, and you are coming home with something in handy, which is bronze medal. And I know so many around Africa. Some were saying Jerusalem was gonna take it, but God was with us. With us. Now I want to thank Williams. He saved us because our game was so terrible, bro.
You see,
We had a
again, he saved
terrible
us
game.
again.
Yeah, he saved us again. You can tell why Hugo was not changing his team. Why he had to stay with the same team. You can see these players are so horrible. But I'm glad they were given a chance. But at the end of the day, we have something to celebrate in hand, which is a bronze medal. And the boys are landing Wednesday. So it says we should go out and give them the support they deserve because they represented us very well. So many countries with so many stars that are playing in Europe, they couldn't make it to the semi-finals and the last three. So it says something is positive is coming from South Africa in the growth of PSL. And this thing of playing in Cape Champions League, you can tell it's very encouraging to players. And I hope teams like Cape Town City, Pirates, and Kaizer Chiefs could do such
Super
thing.
Sport.
And Super Sport United, so that 11 of PSL can grow as much as Ibona is coming right way. And brother, let us congratulate the boys and say thank you to Hugo Bros for making so many selections of Sundowns players to the national team. It says a lot because that thing it helped us. And if you are Hugo Rebecca watch or what it's not so hard to coach Sundowns players because you can tell you are working with players that are used working together. So that is what we needed in this team. And going forward, this is so positive, bro. Because and yes, I want us to continue with Hugo with qualifiers. I hope he take us to the World Cup
Okay.
because you can see there's a team. But if we qualify, Ilene Nfuna, teams has been this bala to work so hard so that we can have more team that is more balanced more than this. See, more players because you can tell we need so much. Mnagan bona abo Michael Mayambe are so useful. The players ezifana nabo mntana zibizo zincinci abo Mufukeng ndiyababona they can make so much difference when you can tell nje uba abanye they were there to add numbers. Otherwise, congratulations to the boys.
Thank you, Stormy. We're gonna break the game down like normally. We're gonna break it down on Monday, where we can complain about tactics and things like that. Temsa, there were people here that were saying, "Hey, that place is not anything, was it?" They are heartbroken. At least now they're heartbroken with medals in their hands.
Hey, Baba, that place is something. There's no such thing as is nothing. These people, it means they never played soccer. These people who are saying that place is nothing. My man, it's nice to go back home, having a medal. When you get home, they'll be asking you, "Hey, little number mamu, hey, you'll be able to show your name and age. Hope at least number 3. You understand? And then they'll see, okay, no, you've actually competed there. What's number 4? About say, you understand? So a medal is a proof, that you went there and you've competed. You were amongst the best. You understand? So I'm happy for the boys. I agree with the previous speakers here who say we need other players and all that. Yeah, they're talking the truth, and bigger defense. Not midfield take a sharp. Just that our front line, man, we must go back and coach. Hey, well, coach, teach these young boys how to take on players. I'm not happy with most especially our wingers. I'm so disappointed because our country, if you look at its history, we have never suffered on the wings. We always had a very talented wingers who can take on players, who can create chances, who can score goals. So I'm really surprised what I saw on we must work on that because we know what we have the players. It must stop. There's a difference between showboating and dribbling.
Yes.
We were dribbling back then, and then we were showboating when we were leading 4 goals, 3 goals upwards, and then we started doing our stuff. Now those boys come Mungwale, they showboating Basako. So now we should go there. Ne, OT. Number 3, man.
Tebza, thank you so much for joining me. Let me go to Mpile. Mpile, how are you? Real Mpile, are you with me? Okay, it seems like Mpile is not with me. Guys, it is late. I just want to make my closing statements, then I'm going to close. We'll be back tomorrow for the final, Nigeria, Ivory Coast. Okay, as I've been saying, the last time a Bafana Bafana team did this was 24 years ago. 24 years ago is the last time we saw a semi-final. So I think as a country, we need to set aside our feelings. Set aside our feelings for Hugo Bruce, whether we like him, whether we don't like him, whether you agree with his tactics, whether you agree with whatever. Set aside your feelings for the players who were chosen, others were not chosen, everybody. Set aside all those feelings, right? The truth of the matter is that this team came in as one of the least supported teams, one of the guys that nobody looked at, one of the guys that even us as South Africans viewed as a lucky team. That's how they came into this tournament. We had been questioning this team for the past 2 years, 3 years. Ever since Hugo Bruce took over, we have been questioning this team. A team that, by the way, has done very well even outside of these tournaments. They've done well, but we've questioned them. When it came time for the tournament to start, everybody was coming in telling them how they're not going to make it past the group stages. I was one of the people, I will bring myself here as well to say I'm eating humble pie. I was one of the people that said that I didn't see them making it past last 16. That was me. And I want to start here and say, I'm eating humble pie. And not only am I going to eat humble pie, the disrespect we showed them, the disrespect we showed this team throughout the group stages. We showed them disrespect. You lost to Mali. Of course you have to beat Namibia. Namibia was the teams that are in the level. You're used to it. That's Eswatini, that's Lesotho level. Tunisia is not the Tunisia of old, but Morocco's number 1. How are you going to beat the number 1 country? They're semi-finalists. You only beat them because Ziyech wasn't there. You only beat them because of this and that and that. Cape Verde is meant to beat you guys. Look at the game. It was sloppy, blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff. End of the day, they did it. They got to a semi. Unfortunately, we lost out to Nigeria. But we were able to come back and win our 3rd place. If you had told people 2 years from now and said, guys, 2 years ago, and said, guys, this team is going to finish 3rd at the AFCON. They're going to beat Morocco at an AFCON. They want to beat Tunisia at an AFCON. You guys would have said, you're crazy. I would have said you're crazy. So let's let the respect be as loud as what the disrespect was. They have placed. They're a podium team. We're still going to see the FIFA rankings. They're probably going to jump very high. Are there problems? Yes. Are there things we could improve on? Yes. Are there things that maybe could be done better? Of course. But at the end of the day, let's celebrate them for what they did. No one expected it. And well and truly speaking, if we're still hating now, that's just pure hate. And when it comes time to criticize, let's criticize and not hate. Monday, guys, we're going to speak about this game and talk about what we saw and what could be better. We'll delve deeper into all of the tactics and all of those things that you're speaking about. But for now, I urge you, let's celebrate, guys. And for those who are joining me from other countries, thank you so much for joining me. We are going to be live for tomorrow, the Nigeria-Ivory Coast game. We're going to see if home ground advantage means something, or if that other team that does not grieve for anybody is going to be able to win that game. Guys, please follow if you have not followed. Yeah, let's go forward and see what's going to happen. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I will be live. I will be here. We will be watching Nigeria-Ivory Coast. We will see who is going to be crowned the kings of African football. It's going to be a crack of a game, I believe. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys. Thank you to everybody who joined me. Thank you to the gifters. To those who are still on, please gift. Lulu, thank you so much, guys. Please gift. Please click on the gift button. Send a heart. Send something. And if you have not sent something, click on the follow button. It's right there. Thank you to the YouTube guys. Thank you to everybody that came on, the commenters that are here. We had an incredible watch along, even though some people didn't believe it, but we are third place. We have a medal. I'll see you guys tomorrow.